Hello, everybody. Guys, welcome in to episode 25 of The Haunting of Harrowstone. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Good,
Don't
good,
think
good.
this is how I'm doing.
I'm dead.
I hope you're not dead. Please, please, liven, bring some life to the party.
His character is dead.
True. See, I'm getting into character. I stop my heart before stream every time, just for a few seconds.
I hope Tripp is not Rip. That would be awful. So, man,
Can't spell Tripp without Rip.
That's fair. That's fair. We haven't played. We haven't played in 5 weeks. 5 weeks. We were supposed to play last week, but stuff came up. I'm good, thank you. And yeah, life happened, but we're good now, and it looks like we're gonna be playing for foreseeable future and all that jazz. At least until you guys either finish this area or you die. I'm hoping for the former, not the latter. That would be.
We can do both. All right, don't sell us short.
I mean, theoretically, you're not wrong. You could do both, though. I'm hoping for more of the former. Yeah.
I'm willing to sacrifice a few of you to get the job done.
Fair.
Look, he's been trying to sacrifice me since the beginning, since episode 1.
I've got a bet with Temerity
The
that
first
Rye
thing he
dies
said
first.
to me was like, "Do you eat children?" Like,
That's a pretty valid question.
Wait, you guys have a bet on whether or not I'm gonna die first?
You don't remember that part? You were in the bathroom.
Yeah.
If I did die first,
shit.
it would be heroically saving everyone.
We
Okay.
didn't say that
You're
wouldn't
gonna
be
win
the case.
so much
If I
money if you
do
do
that-
that.
shit.
If
While
I
you
die
go to-
first, that means you weren't doing your job. Okay. You're
Again.
the tank.
you're gonna die
try
first
to do my
because you're
job.
taking shits by yourself with no like.
I know.
When
What if
nature calls,
He's like,
you
Eli,
have
take
to
point.
shit.
And then
Yeah.
then he goes and opens another door.
What
I'm
were
like,
you
I'm gonna
gonna
open
do?
this one, and he's like simultaneously.
I just want to
Okay,
highlight.
well,
you asked
Okay,
for
first
this.
of all, I haven't opened many doors. I punched doors down. Okay.
You've opened.
You
okay.
can't make that face, bub. This
Yeah.
is
To be
your
fair,
fault.
a lot of you did
No, it's
not
great.
do well with the doors, and a little goblin might have had to assist you.
I
Can I-
legit
can I
thought
highlight
Rye
some of
was
that
gonna
heroism,
die by
though?
getting his soul sucked out of his butthole.
I wanna-
I was like, that's gonna happen.
I want to highlight that Rye heroism, if we could, please. In a moment of heroics, I asked Ello to describe his defecation last session, and his exact words were peachy, which makes sense in that. Look at, you can see his
We
face.
have a giant peach tree. He's
Look at
eating
his
them
face,
peaches.
man. You can't hide it behind a beard anymore. Oh man, it's perfect. You were so proud of that moment too when you said peachy. And you know what? To be fair, I was quite happy about it as well. Oh no, oh Misty just lost power. She's not actually feeling incredibly shameful.
Yeah, she was
She's-
face palming for a
wow.
while there. I was like,
She's
man,
cringing
the
at me
shame.
so hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure you got a staph infection when you sat on that toilet. Just saying.
I'm just saying, none of you guys have pooped yet, okay? And we've been here for days. What a weird
I
group.
pooped. I just
Not
haven't,
one of
you know,
you have
let
gone to the bathroom.
everyone know.
Raya's attempted to take a shower. He's used the
I
bathroom.
have.
He's acting like a human being. You guys, I don't know what magical shitholes you guys have. You don't shit.
we're
you put
in a
bags
Why
It's
do you
of
think I
magical,
carry
right?
around a bucket?
Give it a second, guys. The, you guys can
There you
keep
go.
going, but the cameras are all mixed matched, at least for the moment, until she gets back. She says it's
Okay.
it's coming back. So, yeah, no, it was all over the place. You guys, you're right. You caught a ghost. You did that much. Aside from pooping, you did find a wall safe. I know that there was a lot of focus on that wall safe.
We couldn't get it open, if I remember correctly.
That is
Yeah,
correct.
no, I
Needs
tried
a
punching
key.
it open.
Eli has a colon of pure steel. Yeah, I
I
believe
just
that.
exercise my poops.
Oh no! Oh man, how does one do that? I'm curious.
That's
What is?
a young man's game.
Yeah,
okay,
what is-
right?
what is-
I can't do that anymore.
Burn it with holy fire.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, that's
And-
you meant like
And then
legitimate
I absorb
exercise.
the ashes into my body.
I thought you meant like working out.
You eat your own shit?
Oh, I just reabsorb it back into my cells.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Oh, you do.
That's
and then
different.
I sweat it out.
Through osmosis.
That's why I
Yeah.
smell terrible.
Through your mouth, through digestion.
Exactly. I
You
digest
can
it.
get that from
It's
the walls,
horrific.
I'm just saying, son.
I shit in the hole.
Where
The
is-
only reason
never
I
catch me,
opened
though.
that door was because he knew that there's like a gate there. It like connected.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
Look, you guys
they
should
went to
just
the
be
same
proud of
place.
us.
You know that.
We finally made it inside the building.
Because
Yeah.
somebody somebody had already opened the bottom one or whatever, and then like
You opened the bottom one. I was gonna open the top, and then you went to the bottom one. And you were like, "Blam!"
I can't remember
in.
exactly. I'm pretty sure I asked somebody what they saw, and then I just kind of put it together. Right? Listen,
No, we were
Ryan's
opening
an
the bottom
engineer
one, and he
master.
opened the
He's-
top one. 'Cause the
I
bottom
was
one
going to the top one, and Rye punched open the bottom one, and then he looked through the gate and was like, "There's something in the corner."
What do I have to do to sacrifice Eli to the ghosts?
Whoa.
You know,
Who said that?
Shadow, please.
Who said it?
that
that
was
is-
I don't know this
Shadowkin
guy.
actually. Shadowkin.
That is so rude. How
Wow.
could you say that?
Yeah, what's up, buddy? Thank you so much. You know what? For
Eli's a good friend and always taking care of me.
for PH, PH has been on a sub gifting streak, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give you guys your first luck reroll, courtesy of that. He's probably given like close to 16 or 17.
Dude, we're gonna need like 1 million of
He's a
them.
gangster.
He does. He seems that way. He seems pretty like a pretty good dude.
Thanks, Boo.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, poops aside, right? What else occurred? You caught a ghost. You found the safe. You couldn't get into the safe. That's what we've got.
Yeah,
Need a key.
You
we
need a key.
first went
right.
in and we found some documentation, and it let us know that Jorfa actually used to be employed by the prison. We found out. I
Yeah.
don't know how helpful that is for us. And then we found a bunch of books, and we learned a lot about Father Charlatan, which we didn't have a lot of information about him. So we found out his name, which was Cephik Corvin or something.
Mhm.
He had some kind of black staff that we learned about. And
Didn't we learn that Tripp might be
a
bad?
half-elf male Tripp was one who which we're thinking is Tripp, came in with him at the same time, but wasn't named on the list.
All the guards signed off on me, but the warden.
Yes.
True.
We did find out that.
What does that mean? If you had to like speculate a guess as you as
Means
people, like,
they're
what,
crooked as shit.
that's a safe assumption. Yeah, that they're pretty crooked. The warden didn't sign off on it.
We knew that was the case though, because he's basically framed for the thing that he was put in.
Maybe this is the reason why Tripp's able to get free and the others
'Cause
aren't.
he's
is
not
because
really.
The warden doesn't know about
Oh
him.
my god.
Hmm.
Oh my god.
His name is not important.
Someone. Okay, I have to highlight this. Someone got it. Someone got it. It's the joke in the name. Shadow actually here. The name's Tripp because he took the fall for someone else.
Nice.
Oh.
I like it. I like it.
Someone got it. I mean, I gotta give you credit, right? Someone got it. So thank you for that. Yeah, that's what the guards called him. They called him Tripp.
Yeah, but we had basically the list of who he came with, and
That's fucked up.
the only one that wasn't named was Tripp, or we're assuming is Tripp because the description describes Tripp. And then we found a flask in a book,
Yes.
and it smelled awful. Some of us tasted it. We found out that it's called iodide, which is used to kill a dwarf.
Eyes.
Oh
And
yeah,
then-
it's extremely toxic.
After we went through all these rooms, because we went through the left way into the building, because we finally made it in, we went into the warden's room, which we had to like do some weird trickery with like a mirror type of thing and a mage hand in order to like get in there and get the door open. And we found a safe that was closed. We tried to open it in various different ways. We still haven't figured out how to do that. Maybe we need a key or code or something. And then while we were doing that, Rye was pooping.
Yes, he was.
So, in the room above.
Anxiety gets the best of you. I get that. He
And
sometimes you just gotta go.
Torvin went and checked on him and saw that he was pooping. Poop confirmed.
Yep.
And then we went into what we think is like we left all of that whole wing and started going down a different to the right. And we found what we think is like a judgment chamber of some sort.
Yes.
And we did detect undead, and there was a man with his hand on his face that like stood out from the other people that Imperial noticed. And then we used the haunt siphon on it.
Sounds like Rye was already in the judgment chamber. Way before that.
And that's, I think, all that happened.
Yes.
Poor Rye. Rye just gets
Rye
the worst
still
of it,
is
right?
in the judgment chamber.
Buppers.
You know, I'm not casting judgment. Nature calls, man. It happens, right? Gets the best of adventurers.
Look, if I need a poop, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll let you all know.
I'm so confident. Listen. I'm gonna poop. I'm gonna let
I
you
have
know.
a regular routine though. I like drink my coffee and then I'm like, all right, now I need to poop.
I think most
That
people are that way.
I don't do nighttime pooping. It's not really normal for me.
Dangerous.
I mean,
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it does.
You want to go poop when it's light out, so nothing comes out and attacks you.
It scares the poop out of
Yeah.
you even
That's why
more.
you have
Exactly,
lights in your
exactly.
bathroom.
Yeah.
I poop before I get out of
Well,
bed.
if you're outside
Before
in
you
the
get out of
wilderness, you don't have lights.
Nice.
Only criminals poop at night. Yeah, I agree.
There you go.
It's weird though.
Australians.
Guess I'm a gangster.
Why
Here
is
we
that
no
go.
shit. No shit. Yeah,
I'm legit saying like because the sun is up. I mean, you
Yeah, but-
didn't
I
always
think my
have lights.
nighttime poops are my best poops. I'm sorry. Like I get to read and nobody disturbs me.
that's got to be a parents thing, man. I've discovered like parents aren't afraid to spend more time in the bathroom doing things because it's like it's their alone time.
One of my friends,
Yeah.
I have to share, sorry. One of my friends was like, I tell my kids I'm gonna go fold laundry, and I go in my bedroom and I go fold laundry, but really, she's like eating some dessert that she doesn't want to share with them,
It's a
or
mood.
like,
Like that
When I
sometimes.
tell you every single being in my house was in my bathroom while I was pooping the other day, I'm not lying. My son was like staring me down. I'm like, will you all just get out? No one.
I have this problem,
No
but
one.
with cats, everyone's just
Yeah.
watching me go
Well,
to the
that's-
bathroom.
Yeah. That's why my
kids
door
are
was open because the
aggressive
dog
about
nosed
getting
it
into the
open.
bathroom with me. Like, we'll move the slide. Like one of my doors is like a sliding one, Little
Yeah.
paw in, like trying to get it to slide.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah,
let me
And if
in.
they can't do that, their little paws go under the door. They'll put their
Mm-hmm.
little paws under the door, trying to reach out. They're ridiculous. They're so aggressive. They're little
And then
terrorists.
they'll start shoving like their mouse toys under the door, like
Yeah.
just so I
or,
know
like,
they're there. So,
rolling
like,
stuff under.
Yeah.
My cat's wearing a cone right now, so she doesn't put her hands under the door.
Aw.
She just repeatedly slams her cone into the door to let you know, like, I'm here. Let me in. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Oh my goodness.
So each of you're in a bit of a precarious situation here. You are in the crawl. You're in the dungeon crawl, and I know that each of you have had some questions, things that you want, right? Like Maggie, I know that you asked before, like, are we still level 3? Okay. Like it was a sadness moment. So I want to take a second and highlight and give you guys an opportunity here. If you have any questions that you'd like to know either in game or exterior to the game or even like mechanically, maybe I can highlight those and give you guys some answers.
How we win. No,
how you win. Survive.
What are ghosts made of?
Technically, if you want to win, the only thing you have to do is help Kendra survive a month or until she moves and deliver the books to Lepidstadt University. That's it.
So we've almost already lost.
Or won.
You've been there for like 8 days.
We've delayed. We have 8 days left.
You've only been there for like 8 days.
Kendra has been like set on fire and like
so every session.
Like hammer and like all sorts.
She's been
so what you're
up.
telling me, Bub, is that we're playing this game in almost real time.
Yes. To a degree,
no,
yes.
Not in real time. We've 25 episodes.
Right, 25 episodes. So 8 days of real time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here, it's easier to say.
Oh,
like this.
I see what you're saying. 3 hours.
It's close.
Got you. Yes. Okay.
Like we've been playing this game almost a year.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
our first episode was
February
2nd, 2021.
That's what I'm saying. We've been playing this almost a year, and we just got to the dungeon.
So do y'all want to go back to the tavern? Let's turn
finally-
around and go back.
We can't. You
finally
burned
You
it,
know
remember?
what? You guys, you know what? We did a lot here. I think we should retreat. I think we
Bye.
should spend the next year or so investigating.
I was down with retreating. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm like, if you want to put it in perspective, that's the best. It's like we've been doing this a year, and we just hit the first dungeon.
8 days. It took us a year to go 8 days. That
like
you know
it.
what? If that's not like a full like description of the times we're in right now, then I don't know what it is.
It took us 8 days.
We do not feel
25
like we are
episodes to get 8 days.
in any rush. We are
No.
very comfortable with taking our time.
Time has no meaning in our game or in reality.
The realism is that things aren't really supposed to take off in the game, according to the rules, up until about day 15. So you guys have managed to expedite the process, but at the same time, you've been investing so much so in your personal stories. This game is really designed to last about 10 sessions. If you stick to the book and you don't divest into your own particular RP and investigate your characters, you can get through the material, all of it, start to finish, not missing any of it, in about 10 sessions. So for about 40 hours. I don't really like games like that, though. I want to give you guys the opportunity to discover the thoroughfare of your personalities, watch the growth from start to finish. I mean,
I have
Rye
no personality.
has some bizarre like infamy in this game, and I don't know if Ello lives for it, but it cracks me up to see people just like so vitriolic over any choice that Rye makes. It gives me
Look,
life.
I'm gonna let you know, Oz didn't have any problems with the choices that he was making
And the
Even the
only
one to sleep in my bag.
until then.
the only other character that has
And-
angered as many players at this point is Eli. And either you're the kind of viewer that you either
Fuck 'em.
fucking love Eli, you're like, Eli's the man, he's gonna get this done, or you're like, fuck that Eli guy, I hope he gets struck by a carriage and trampled by 70 horses, right? Like,
Good luck. I'm strong.
No, I'm the one who gets trampled by horses.
yeah. Not 70 though. Once.
Just one.
One once, and that was
Then I
that was
got
enough.
kicked.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys have certainly developed your own internal fan base to the game, and I think that's really cool that people have been able to experience that. I mean, hell, we do have viewers that have never found this Twitch stream. They found particularly this place because of the YouTube material. They went to go look for it, and because of your gameplay, like I literally have someone in the audience right now that's like, I live for Oz's decisions.
Aw.
So they found this place and they want it here. They love it. So yeah, thank you guys, man. Thank you guys
There's
for
a lot of
making it.
people hating on Oz's pecker, so.
It's
To
jealousy.
be fair, at the beginning, we did go a little overboard with the pecker jokes.
No such
Yeah, I
thing.
think I said something like, okay, all right, guys. Okay. No, yeah, no, I love Rye. I love Rye because, and I do relish chat like the way that they act towards him. It cracks me up.
I
And the
love
thing
it.
is that the best part is that because I know everything about my character and you guys don't know shit, you guys, those of you who hate Rye will never be satisfied, and that gives me great comfort.
I know.
All
I've
right.
played a character like that where everyone hated the character, but they loved it because they hated it so much. Sometimes it's fun to play that character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah,
then
bit
you're
of
like, I don't give no Fs. I'm just literally gonna do what the character would do.
yeah. I mean, it's like as the I always have like one or two people that like think that Rye's character is a reflection of my own character in real life, and they'll like come into my chat and they'll be like, "Man, you're fucked up." Like, blah, blah, blah. I've had two people come in and like get on to me about Rye, especially about the dog thing.
I
then,
hate you
like-
for your in-game decisions. That wasn't me. That was my character. It's the same person.
I've literally pulled up the charity event where I strapped a C4 to a dog in Far Cry
I was
and
there
was
for that.
threatening to blow it up unless they donated more. So I was like, yeah, man, I just have a real problem. Like, dogs just aren't safe near me.
Oh, this is what
Think of
happens
all
when
the
you're a cat
flavors
person.
Oh
in
my
that
god.
dog.
Yeah, I mean, especially
So
now.
many different dogs.
Send all your doggos my way.
Yeah,
I will love them.
think of all the variety of flavors. It's true. It's
I do need to find like a
Hap is-
giant chicken.
Hap is juicy.
Like one that's my size.
Yeah.
Sorry, 1 second, course.
Oh, you're fine. You're
Got
fine.
a picky here.
What are those things called that
Do
are
you
the
have
big round
one?
pillows? Oh, pillow. They
Oh,
have a
that's pretty
special
big.
name.
I love
Jeez,
it.
you have to show that your pecker's bigger than mine. All right.
With
Well-
a hat and everything.
Yeah, it's true. He's got a hat. Yeah, you're kind of like, aren't you supposed to be a clothing maker for Peck? And he's got nothing. He's
He
got.
does. I've made pants.
I mean, his chicken has a hat. Just saying. Just saying. Putting it out there.
Yeah,
Put your
but
pepper away.
pants.
Oz can make Pecker. a hat.
I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting to see it.
So
I've tried to
close,
craft
that's
some
close.
things. I crafted a bag for Imperial's character for Temerity.
What am I looking at here? The American Mills large chicken 15 round.
Fat chicken.
Is it?
let me
Fat
see what's up with that
chicken.
chick- Let me see what's
The
up.
big
He
with
just
old
says
round.
fat chicken.
That's a girthy
Yeah.
boy.
Aww,
Big chicken.
that is a big chunker.
I was expecting like a world record actual live giant chicken, like a 15-pound chicken.
I told you where you can get those.
Don't you where you can get them? Where can I get those, Maggie? Where can I find these 15?
Okay, I'm gonna show
award-winning
you
chicken.
again,
You know what?
and you're gonna be in shock once again
Just-
by this imagery.
Just don't Google extra thick chonker pecker. Just don't.
I'm doing it right now.
Don't do
Oh my
Extra
that.
God.
thick.
That was the
chonker.
title of a Kazaa download my mom found one time.
Okay.
This
It looks
is-
like
this
there aren't a
is-
great many matches for your search.
Oh, wow.
This is it. Click that link and that's Pecker for you.
This is
Oh my
surprisingly
God.
wholesome. Do I have safe search on?
It actually is an NPC.
No,
what
I
is
don't.
surprisingly
Oh.
wholesome?
It's like
I
an
didn't.
ostrich.
Yeah. That's actually what we
The
based Peck off of. That's
Yeah,
that's a large
it's a
raptor.
Brahma chicken.
It's a
What's
Brahman
his
chicken.
problem?
No
Bro's
safe
shitty.
search.
He's shitty. I wouldn't want to
Yeah,
fight that
wrestle
thing.
that
Just being
thing.
honest.
Oh my god.
Yeah. See, look, everybody's getting into it. What's up,
Why does it
Pokemon?
look drunk?
I mean,
'Cause
did you
he's
see what
like-
it came
he's
out of?
Yeah, he's gonna like stretch his legs out.
Bro, as a large person, have you ever tried to fit like
No, that's
Somewhere-
a Muppet.
it's huge, right? Like that's
It's a
enormous.
Muppet.
It does look like a Muppet.
It's a real chicken.
It's a man in a
It's
chicken
called
suit.
a Brahma
I
chicken.
cannot tell me
Chicken
otherwise.
That is a man.
It's a man in a chicken suit.
It's that
If it-
big Muppet
oh
with
my
the round
God.
brown face who's like, ooh, like he's always like cleaning up after people, whatever his name is.
Look up
That's who that is.
Look up Brahma
That
roosters.
thing is rideable
Yeah,
by
seriously.
certain
Brahma
small
roosters.
Chocobo.
races.
I'm done with that.
Yeah, that is
Brahma-
basically a chocobo.
Brahma
But look up the Brahma rooster. Oh,
Are
yeah.
they bigger even than the one that I?
They're all about the same size.
No.
They're fucking enormous. They're like Doberman-sized chickens, man.
I don't know why I had
Oh, yeah,
this
this is-
weird
this is
urge
the-
to
it's the
dance
same
with
as
it when
the
I
one
saw
that
it
I-
coming out of the thing.
Sent.
It just looked like it had like some real crazy like dance moves, like it's coming out. Like, what's up, everybody?
Dude,
Yeah.
there's just like, look at this one with all of them. They're majestic.
So just in case, like some TLDR, just so everybody knows, Oz is playing a caster that is a familiar, and his familiar is a Brahma rooster, and his name is Pecker, and he's like 80 pounds, so he's enormous. Yeah, I think that's part of the reason that Oz waddles, because of constantly carrying an 80 pound.
Oz is like 300 pounds.
Where he gets bigger every time we talk about his weight.
230 pounds. Oz is 230 pounds.
Dude, he's just a stump. That's it. He's a green stump.
He's 230 pounds, 5'2". Hasn't changed. It's in the
3
same.
years from now, she's like, Oz is 800 pounds.
Yeah.
We should send him into the room first, then.
Yeah, no shit, man.
Oz is actually not a hobgoblin. Oz is a giant.
He likes food, okay?
He is 1,200
He
pounds.
needs to like exercise.
True.
Nah, that's why
Get
I
out there and run some circles, bud.
What is this
Please,
racism?
why I can't not. I'm picturing Eli in like a gym coach outfit.
Yeah, he's just like yelling at.
Come
oh,
on,
we
you
better
people
do
eater.
that.
Let's go, you people eater.
I know you've seen your master eat some people. All right.
Oh no.
Oz has Stress eat a lot on this show.
That's fair.
He's made a lot of food because he's a cook. His profession is cook.
For Oz.
So then he's magical. Could we just cut like a piece of him off and it'll grow back? And every like so often we just get like a little snack.
I don't really know how that works.
Oz isn't like a lizard.
Yeah,
No, he's
there's a
talking
lot of
about my
racism
chicken.
happening.
Not Oz.
He's talking about the chicken because the chicken is a
Oh.
magical
I thought
chicken.
you meant Oz.
I thought you meant
I thought
Oz
you
as
meant
well.
Oz.
I was like,
I was like, there's a lot of
I'm not gonna eat
racism
a
going on
goblin.
here.
Gross.
ah, man, yeah, I am.
That's what they tell. That's what dwarves tell you. It's like you can chop their arms and legs off. They grow back. It's good. There's
They
nothing
don't
wrong
need
with
'em.
it.
Don't
They're
think about
better
it.
as
Just do it.
trophies.
You're like looking at the mangled corpses below you. You're like, I don't know.
We're
if
just
that's
waiting.
Right.
We're
Yeah,
waiting.
Yeah.
That's a
When do they
job
grow
well done.
back?
Yeah. What's the
Yo,
ETA on that?
Any minute now, y'all. Come on, buddy.
I have oddly eaten a
Please.
lot of chicken though on this show.
Yeah.
I
It's
feel
the
like I've eaten
Torvin
a lot of
equivalent
chicken
of, like-
nuggets actually.
You have. It's almost disturbing, but I enjoy it. If that-
I didn't even realize it the first time. The chat's like, "Are you eating chicken in front of Pecker?" And I was like, "Oh,
Nuggies.
I am."
Yep,
This
eating
is what
nuggets.
happens. This is what happens to those who disobey me, little chicken. Remember that.
Pecker learned. It took a while, but he learned.
Oh my
It doesn't
God.
sound like anybody has any questions about either the characters, mechanics, or anything happening in game. Unless you do have something and you just spaced that before.
Am I in the front or not? That's all I need to know.
I think as it stands right now, I believe that
we're positioned right
I
now.
know.
I believe
I see
Temerity's in
where
the
we're
front.
at.
I think Temerity is probably like Temerity
Yep.
led the charge.
we
yeah.
we into the room. We went into that other room.
I was
I
like,
think that too, but I'm on
and
the
she's like,
other side of the
"Eat."
bar.
We siphoned this guy, but there are other ghosts in this room sitting in the
Yeah, the session ended with you guys getting in. I don't want to say like an argument as much as it was a bit of a dispute, where we saw Temerity throwing the vial, and Eli was like, "Heads up, we don't want to waste that." And that's when we saw
wanted to
Temerity was
try
like,
something.
"Or you could just go in and deal with it yourself."
Hey, Temerity's a queen.
I
All
was
right, she can
doing-
do what the fuck she wants. All right,
Now, is that Tripp, or is
it's
that?
both. It's Ronald and Tripp. All right, we're the same person.
Get
In
the
this-
I
duct
in this
hope
tape.
not.
context.
I hope not. That's gonna be strange.
Where's my hemp rope?
I know, dude. You got
Tripp's
cut.
got, Tripp's got some
to be
like
clear-
training day level drama going on.
He
Okay.
kinda does.
Simpin, who
Do you really
here
want
is
that?
simpin for Temerity? Because I feel like everybody.
I think it's.
Oh,
I think
well,
it's-
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's most people. Everybody's got a thing for Queen Temerity for sure.
Yeah, well, Temerity is probably the most efficient person in combat so far.
So
Is
far,
absolutely
I like to
dominated.
play
It's very
characters that are
scary.
nothing like me.
As Zokar, she's a crazy
Yeah.
spellcaster. It's
One
just
hit
Tripp's like, I
KO.
may be dead, but slay me.
the most
queen."
destructive member of our team.
It was so lit. It was on fire. She's so
Step
hot.
on me.
Smite me. He just lays on the floor. He's all, smite me. Just do it now. He's all, hurt me.
I
It
appreciate it.
wasn't murder, it was BDSM.
Just went a little over, right? He didn't get out his safe word.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, this ghost is a little
That's
weird though. Why?
nobody's
He
fault,
likes
okay?
being
Yeah.
smited.
Okay. All right. Now that we've got that out of our system, mostly, yeah. Some serious
Everyone's
escalation.
like, whoa.
Let's reel this back in. We ended here at the Judgment Chamber.
Yes.
Yeah. We know that Temerity kept the vial on, I believe, like Bandolier, right?
Yes.
All right, just for old time's sake, so that everybody knows, as a viewer, there are some things that you guys can do to change the game state. Some people have wondered, like, what's the point of rerolls? How do I get this? What do we do? Luck rerolls are granted to all of the players and myself based upon gifted subs and new subs to stream. I take a running tally at the beginning of the stream, and anytime that we meet a milestone, the players will get a luck reroll. For the sake of this game, it's 10. 10 subs, 10 gifted subs, will immediately net the players and myself a luck reroll. They can reroll anything but damage. I can reroll anything but damage. However, I can force them to reroll if I am unhappy with the rerolls. I've used it both in their favor and in my favor. It's interesting. It keeps things lively. Other things that you can do, patrons and Patreon supporters. Aside from the whole slew of unique rewards that you can get there, actively you can change the space in the canon of this tale. You can inflict wild magic once a month upon a player in any game that I storytell on this channel. Additionally, you can create NPCs to fill town roles for minor cases, or they can end up being major pieces for character development, allied aid, or primary tale. Just depends. Whatever is clever. In the Harrowing deck, we did not have a Harrow card drawn this session, but essentially it's like a deck of tarot cards specifically designed for this game. Each card will have an effect at the beginning of the session. We call what that card is, and I may or may not let you know what it is depending on what sort of effect it has. Just think of it like world buffs in a video game. You accomplish something and now you have huzzah. For the rest of the night, you get this thing that occurs. Enemies can be stronger or weaker. You can have better rapport with the town or its people. Or many, many more terrible things can occur. Just depends. But that's that. We ended with Temerity collecting the vial, putting it on Bandolier in this chamber. Now that everybody is mostly aware. Mostly. Let me make sure that I'm in the right spot. That's perfect. This is with the several rows of wooden benches. They were molded and sagging from neglect, facing a stage of which some of you still stand, walled off from the rest of the room. A series of iron bars, not large enough for someone to pass through, but enough so that you may be judged. What's next?
This is where the room starts shrinking on Ello, and he has to find a switch to escape before it crushes him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open the door across the way. I'm gonna move across here. What's this in front of me? Is this like a
It's a table
and a chair?
Yep, table and a chair.
Is there anything on the table? Did we talk about that?
No, it's mostly like debris that had been left there. Guards passing by, just tossing things on it. Nothing serious anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to turn my character, but I cannot. Why?
You may have to zoom in a bit.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening here. It's like there's an option like
There's a little dot at the back you have to click on to
The little
swivel.
blue dot.
Oh no,
Move
zooming
around.
out actually helped out.
Gotcha.
there we
Okay.
go. Anyways, I'm gonna open this door or try to. What's this door? What's going on in this door?
Let's see. It is, for all intents and purposes, sir. This appears. It's a metal door. You're facing a metal door at this point.
Okay.
It appears to be shut, and as far as you can tell, it feels locked. Just a small nudge, has really nothing, no give whatsoever. The bar that you would see that most people kind of pull upon, it seems to be festooned very tightly into its hold.
I kicked the door.
Okay, make an attack for me.
Sure.
Those of you turn around and you hear the sound of a foot being levied directly into a large metal door.
Yeah.
I mean, we could see it through the bars, right?
I mean, at this
he's
point,
still
I
right
imagine
there,
that you
right?
guys have been focusing on the fact that a ghost was just sucked into a glass vial that is now sitting on the lapel or pocket of Temerity. But to
Yeah.
break that silence is the sound of his foot levying right into it. Okay.
Would me and Oz actually see or hear that, given where we're at right now? Yeah, right.
I mean, if you're looking through, yeah, you would see him move up and sort of like peer at the door as the conversation was kind of moving on. And yeah, he makes a kick at the door. It seems to have very little give, though. It looks non-effective.
I'm gonna look over to Temerity when I hear the sound, and I'll say my odds are improving.
I mean, I'm just assuming this is lost money.
Damn.
Wow. It's fucked up.
Hey, I have faith that you will die heroically trying to save us. That's all it is.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
Opening a door.
So the door is locked then. Is it locked or is it just like rusted?
I mean,
Like,
as far as you can tell,
what kind of handle is it? Like, what kind of handle is it?
this is like a turn. It's an horizontal to be turned down, and back up to the side, and it does appear to be locked. The mechanism itself is stuck, so you can almost assume that it's either been locked from the exterior or the inside of the room, or it has been manually locked.
I want to use engineering to tell if I kick this handle off this door that maybe it would open it.
Sure, go ahead. Let's see your engineering. Let's see if this will work for you. That's really good. Yeah, this isn't your first time running into a door like this. From all understanding, it appears that the handle is the primary locking mechanism. I mean, these kind of rooms with this sort of door and this sort of lock and this handle, generally it's like storage. They try to lock up a place where there is things that can be ransacked. So your best bet is there may be something here.
Yeah, that's why I'm super curious. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the treasure hunter in me is going nuts. I'm gonna kick the handle then. Like, just, get to the side and like kick down at it.
Sure. Make another attack for me.
Sure.
Okay, you levy your boot into this handle, making another raucous noise. Can I get a perception check from everyone?
Sure. Destroying these rolls. 21.
Okay. Rye with a 21, Torvin with a 20, Oz with a 9.
How did you get a 1?
Eli with a 5.
I'm coming.
Tripp with a 19.
I have a +8 to that roll.
And Temerity with a 19. Okay, so Eli and Oz, you will just miss it. Remember, you guys we have 2 luck rerolls, and chat, you guys can come in with those luck rerolls pretty much anytime that you want. Let me go ahead and advertise clearly that there are 2 luck rerolls. Bam, 2 of them. Okay, so if you want to use them anytime, you can.
Yeah, Pecker has it.
Oz, Eli, you don't hear anything. Maybe it's because your focus is elsewhere. Pecker will hear it, but his communication skills are a little lacking since no one has taught him common yet.
For sure.
In time, though. In time. Everybody else, if you rogue 10, the sound of something deeper within the prison, it almost barks back. There's this sound. It sort of sounds like shearing metal, the sound of an iron grate moving on its rusted hinge deeper within the prison itself. You're not sure if it's above you or below, but you hear it as a retort to the noise of him levying his foot into the handle. Your kick arcing that handle just enough so that a few more well-placed kicks will snap it off. You're convinced.
Lad, did you hear that?
I did.
That didn't sound too reassuring right now.
I didn't hear anything. What y'all talking about?
The sound of the reverberation of his boot still like bounding off the walls of the metal door itself, echoing.
I think I might have made something mad.
Tripp will walk over to the just the outer part of the door where they're at, and he kind of like pokes his head off to the side. Rye, I would be opposed to that, given that we're trying to keep some level of quiet.
I think we're gonna make whoever's here mad no matter what we do. We didn't already.
Still.
We're too late now. Plus, this handle's almost open. I think something good might be on the other side of this door.
Good luck. And he like pops his head back over to the other side and hides.
Do I have to kick it again?
Yeah. I mean, unless someone else is going to stop you, you can kick as many times as you like.
Also stand here, and I will.
Kicking it again.
You got it.
Ready to use my
Unlock an arrow.
crossbow if I see something enemy-ish.
Sure. Again, a howl from deeper within this place. This time it sounds a lot less like metal, like shearing metal or grating against rusted hinges. Now it sounds like the wind catching the eaves and howling, almost like a light scream tendriling through, carrying and echoing across the walls. And in response to you levying your foot into that door.
Can we just leave him here?
Do you say it out loud, or is that what you want to do?
I'm talking to Temerity.
Okay.
I kick it again.
Go for it. Give me another attack.
Yep.
Good. This time you bring your boot down and you feel it give. The handle itself, it careens into the wall itself, and you bring your boot down and you're standing on what remains of that handle.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe
You hear
you've done
something
this.
on the opposite side of the door clank down the metal handle.
What do you mean by that? Clink down the middle handle.
Well, you've kicked it off on one side. You think it remained on the other.
Gotcha. Is the door movable now? Am I able to?
It's still tightly into this place, but you feel confident in knowing that it's probably no longer locked.
When we were hearing that sound, where did you say it was coming from again?
Just deeper within the prison.
Just deep, just in ominous general, deeper in.
That's correct.
Okay. I'm going to look this door over for traps real fast.
Sure. How would you like to do that? Just perception, or are you just kind of guessing?
I'm just gonna perception.
Sure.
Just kind of, before I open it, just kind of give it a quick last look.
As far as you can tell, this it doesn't appear to be trapped, right? This is a prison. The likelihood of it being trapped is very, very small. Very small.
I'm gonna go ahead and open it sort of slowly. What kind of lighting do I have here?
You tell me. Who's got the lighting at this point?
I mean, it
My
would be
shield's
coming from
glowing.
his shield, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's the glowing shield and
Don't think
No,
I have a
that's a-
torch
that's a light.
or a glow stick. Torch.
You're probably
There's a sun
seeing
rod.
you're probably seeing a silhouette of your figure, like the light blanching over shoulder, casting your own silhouette on the door every time that you move. It shifts every time that you move, growing larger and smaller as you near the door. But it's
Okay,
mostly
I'm gonna
darkness on
go-
the opposite side of you.
I'm gonna go ahead and wait. Hold on, let me double check that I actually have this. Yes, I do have a torch. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and pull out a torch, and I'm gonna light it on up with my flint and steel.
Go for it. It's an easy task. You've done this dozens, hundreds of times even before. Many a night's called for any kind of lighting whatsoever, and a torch is all that you've had. Not only is proficient lighting, it's a quick way to defend yourself. Most everything avoids fire.
Yeah, when I open the door, I'm gonna have the torch in my left hand. I'm gonna use that same hand to sort of slowly edge the door open. So my right hand is available, and I can also see into the room as I open it.
Sure.
So you know what cutting the pie is?
I mean, I'm familiar with the terminology, but enlighten me.
So like as I'm opening the door, I'm going slow and I'm revealing
okay.
the
Yes.
room
Sure,
as
sure.
I go. Yes.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. I'm going to need a strength check. You notice that despite it no longer being locked, the warping of the wooden frame around the door itself is not really allowing much in the way of budge, but you're confident that with a little strength, you could push through this.
Sure. Oh, 6.
You put your shoulder into this and you try just to push a little, and there's very little give. Very, very little give. You know that it's going to take a little more than this. You're afraid, however, to alert what else could be there. Secondary nudge.
Put a little bit, yeah, put
Sure.
a little bit more into it. Not, you know.
You hear the sound of the warped wood sort of being pressed around it. The age, moisture has not been kind. It's caused the wood to warp and sort of go around the frame, and you can hear it pushing against the metal door itself. Hinge still remains just as fact, and as you push through, it takes a moment, but you can see that it's creating a gap. The moment that it breaks free, give me reflex, because you're kind of like levying your strength into this, and then the moment that it breaks free, you slide forward. I want to see if you can stabilize here.
Sure. This is 9.
Even or odd in your favor?
Odd.
It's even. You sort of lunge into the room. Your strength wasn't something that you could stop in that moment. It wasn't quite pinpoint, but you stumble into the room. You don't fall, but you lose your balance to a degree. So that pan and scan is not really much of an option. You just kind of lunge into the room.
Gotcha.
And you're immediately met with a bookshelf in front of you. The smell of mildew and must, smoke has sat in here, and what you're seeing is what looks to be a property hold. You pan around.
When he falls, I start moving forward quickly.
Sure. When you pan around, a bizarre collection of antique goods resting on all the wooden shelves that seem to line this room and the few bookshelves that are here. Several of the items contain various tags, tiny tags, labels, written time, location, careful script, prisoners, memorabilia, belongings, things they may have come into the prison with.
Oh, cool. I kind of regain my composure after looking around a little bit and come back out to the door.
Okay.
And kind of.
You're right, lad.
Yeah, I'm all right.
What's
Lucky there
inside
wasn't
there?
something that probably interests you or her. Look over at Temerity.
I will start waddling through the doorway.
Okay.
I hold the door for you guys because I know it's a little rickety.
Keep my eyes on the rest of the room.
I'll go
waiting for
under.
something to bite us.
What
Sure.
I missed? What happened? Who got hurt?
Nobody got hurt.
Rye
at least
died.
yet. Not
Oh,
yet.
okay.
Not yet.
Shit. Thought I was gonna get my goal.
Watch, now that I go in the room, now
Right,
something
die.
comes out.
You're like, what do you? You're just gonna will it into existence. You just want it to happen that bad.
So I see random stuff when I go
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. This is a collection of belongings, things that it looks
Do I
like.
see that staff that we had described to us, the black staff covered in holy symbols?
Oh, there's a lot of various things here. Nothing immediately leaps out at you that says, "Hey, large, holy black staff." Right? Nothing. It's not like bam right there in the center.
Do detect magic.
Good idea. While she's doing that, I'm gonna kind of tell everybody else what's in the room.
Sure.
And this is familiar to me. I've been in prisons before. I know that when you go in, they take your belongings and stuff. In fact, you rarely get them back, even when you do get released.
Yep.
You know, like very rarely.
Oz, you find a very bizarre experience. This is unlike anything that you have seen immediately before. When you cast your detect magic, your spell functions as normal, but it doesn't.
Oh, is there wild magic again?
No.
Okay. I feel like I've never casted a normal spell.
When you cast detect magic, you feel your vision pale over so that you can see in the arcane spectrum. So you can see the runic weaving and the various spells and schools that have been cast upon objects. However, what you see is pure darkness.
Oh.
It is completely devoid of magic as far as you can see. In fact, there's not even bookshelves in front of you anymore. It's pitch black.
I think someone might have casted something on this room.
It doesn't sound normal.
Out of character, remember one time we tried to look through something and it was like someone had covered our eyes like that?
Oh,
Yeah.
Do you express that to your peers or?
Do we remember who had the planchette?
I don't know if I can hear them. Like, am I close enough to
Was it
hear
me
what they're
still?
doing?
If you moved close
I
enough,
think it
it
was.
doesn't sound like they're making too much noise.
I think you have it.
Yeah, I had got it from you for a bit when I was talking to that other ghost, but I think I gave it back to you.
Okay.
I mean, I
Yeah.
want to move up to the bars and look through and I'll be by this door so I can hear everybody.
We'll look to Rye because he's the only one who can see him right now. And like pull out the planchette and he's like, should I try it?
It's up to you. You're
Every time we've used it, something bad happens.
Well, I think you'll have better luck than Eli did. Just go ahead and take a look. This is what you're here for, right?
Gentle.
As we'll quickly kind of look.
You gonna test it?
Yeah, he's gonna test it.
Okay. Where are you looking? At your peers still?
No, at the shelf area with all the things.
Sure. It's black. Just completely void. Devoid of all light whatsoever.
Oz puts it back, shrugs, and says, well, that didn't do anything either.
Now, okay, so just to be clear, when she looks at it, she sees like a darkness, a void. What I didn't see when I looked at it.
That's correct.
Detect magic.
Yeah.
When she stepped in, she could see things just fine, but the moment she cast Detect Magic, it was just a dark zone.
Yeah, he kind of just describes to you that like it looks like someone has casted like darkness.
Yeah, Rye wouldn't know what to do about that. It's a little out of his
I could try
league.
to use Dispel Magic, but it's probably a much higher level spell than I've got.
Misty just lost power again. She'll be right back.
Oh no.
Oh, it's storming there? Or?
It might be.
She actually might have something to deal with this.
She may. That's correct. Torvin or Eli? Tripp, did you guys want to try anything while you have this chance? Did you want to move closer?
If I can see that they're doing okay, I don't want to be in the hallway by myself. So, yeah, I'll make my way over. If they're talking about magic being not effective in there,
Yeah.
I would first try to place my hand through it to see if anything happens when I try to like push against it.
Oh, interesting. I'll move out of his way.
Give it just a second, guys. We're gonna give them give Misty a chance to come back. It only took her just a minute, but that's fine. In that time, I'm curious to know what you guys think is happening in this room.
Anti-magic. And so
Yeah, I think it's a protected area.
I think some kind of creature is covering our vision with its hands.
Before when you did that though, when you could see the individual spot where the fingers were over, like you could just see like right through it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then sounds like a spell or something.
yeah, I think it's an
Or like
anti-magic
wards,
zone.
maybe.
That's safe. That's a safe assumption.
I was thinking like darkness spell, but like why? But
If it's warded, which we've seen wards before, it would make sense that I guess the room where they're storing people's belongings that could be magical, like as a counter.
Yeah, because it would prevent someone like a mage or something from walking by the prison and going, "Oh, there's clearly magical items in that room. Teleport
Yeah.
it and take it."
Yeah.
If everything looks
Oh,
mundane,
hey, is the staff in there?
That's what I was trying to find.
Yeah,
but yeah, I still have my torch
probably
in hand.
shouldn't
So
touch that.
if we're looking for if we need natural lighting, I'll provide that as well.
Okay.
Or as natural as fire, yes.
So go ahead and move your character tokens to where you believe that you are. So I know that Oz
I
is
moved
in
in
the
a
room.
little
Yeah.
so that
I'm
could
at
get in.
at the front of the door. Like
I'm
trying to
still
put my
at the
hand
door
through.
holding it
Sure.
open.
Sure.
I'm shining my light through the bars and just trying to stay within range without having to walk all the way around.
Okay.
And I can also be checking this door out next to me while I'm doing that. If you want to, I'm not going to try to open it or anything while Temerity's not here. But if you just wanted to give me a rundown on.
Sure. If you wanted to take a look at that, you definitely can. Is this the one in the? Yeah, right there. Got it. Yeah, this is it appears to be a double wooden door. They are it looks like steel beamed across, so it's got it's got these frontal like divides that oh my god, what is the word? It's up it defenestrates. So essentially it's building up its defenses. So it's not just like a plain wooden door. They've created some sort of a steel frame around it, and they are large, just double wooden doors here, similar to what you had gone through previously. But you don't see a locking mechanism here.
Okay.
Did you want to test it?
While still holding my shield in the direction of the through the bars opening, I mean, I'll just give it a little nudge just to see if it has any give to it without much effort.
Sure. When you kind of lean into this, it seems to give a little bit. You can tell that it's not going to take much in the way of effort to push through.
Okay, I'll stop before it actually even cracks open. Just once it looks like it's gonna be able to be open.
Okay. It looks like Misty is on the struggle bus right now. She is trying to get it back, but it's just not happening, at least right this second. So I'm gonna move around some camera spots so that we can actually get Maggie on overlay.
Nah, I don't need to see me.
I beg to differ.
Just
we'll
a
put
goblin.
a pecker cam.
the pecker cam, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there you are. You're back. And Temerity is gone. I just realized. On those off times.
I'm Temerity.
You are, yeah. I just realized, like, wait a minute. Every time we've lost someone, we've missed them, and we've had an off session, it's been particularly you've had to step out. So let me grab your map. Boop. I'm gonna put you right there.
Rymerity.
Why didn't that work? Oh, wrong one. No shit. Damn. There we go. Better. Better. All right. No pecker cam. Sorry, not happening. Not this stream. Maybe after hours. Maybe after hours.
I can make a pecker camera happen.
The
Kepper cam.
That's what we need.
Oh no.
I'm gonna
What does it look like
poke
for
Rye in the
Rye?
butt
Take
through
us
the
the
bars.
NPC now.
Ooh.
What does it look like for Rye? What?
When Rye looks into the room, does it look dark to him now too?
No, it's not the same. So when you step in, because of the light that we're actually getting from Tripp, he's holding up the dagger, right? You have light on the dagger.
No, it's a torch. Just
Okay.
I had a torch relit.
So you're
Yeah, I have a
seeing
torch too, so-
the room illuminate at this point, right? The room is illuminating courtesy of the light that's coming through, but no, it doesn't appear to be this darkness that Oz has described.
Interesting.
Kind of anti-magic. Yeah, probably whatever's in there shouldn't be removed then if there's something blocking magic in that room, because then something could have access to it again. You see what I'm saying? Like if we take a prisoner's, for example, if there is a black staff in there that is Father Charlatan's, and we remove it from the room, he's probably going to be like, "Ha-ha! It's my shit," and then he's going to start jacking us in the head with it or something. I don't know.
Rye's gonna move into the room. He's gonna take a piece of cloth and wrap it around his hands.
Sure.
And I'm gonna start like canvassing the area just for anything that might be obviously magical. Again, like before, if something, like when I say obviously magical, like if something is pristine and everything else has been damaged by smoke and everything, obviously that would be a big indicator that's probably magical in some nature, right?
Right.
Just stuff like that. Like
Okay.
I'm not going through everything like intricately. I'm just kind of going about and looking and see if there's anything that maybe like an item might cause this. Who knows?
Sure. If you would please give me a perception check while you're walking around.
Sure. Oof.
Wow.
Thick.
Wow. I know that perception is not your best skill, so I know
It is not.
Wow. Okay. You begin walking around the room, looking at anything and everything that might be here. And admittedly, Rye, from everything that you can see, most of this is just junk. Only a handful of the items remain to some degree of interest, right? Like you stumble across thieves' tools. Seem to be very, very well kept. Despite the age that is resting on the shelves, the smoke and the dust, you can tell of the craftsmanship that they are masterwork thieves' tools.
Ooh, nice. Fuck yeah.
You notice that there is a very fancy war medallion that's sitting on a shelf. It seems to just catch the firelight briefly. It's a bronze medallion, and when you glance down at it, it's an award from playing a major role in the Shining Crusades. There's value of this. Whoever this belonged to, their family might want this back as some sort of accolade of sorts, a remembrance piece, or if all else fails, you know that you could fetch a price on this on the market. Easy enough. You come across a very fancy painting, something that might not be immediate interest to you. You can recognize
what's like the actual painting. What is it of?
It's you can tell it's Taldan art, and it's of Stavian the First, a prince, a well-known prince from about 75 years ago.
Interesting. Anything else?
It looks like there's some silver hair clips. You notice that there is a fanciful punching dagger. It looks like you come across a couple of pouches that have like shurikens, a fancy silver war razor, very akin to what you've already discovered. It looks actually like you've stumbled across a wand as well. But more than that,
go ahead.
As that wand catches your attention, just behind that wand, behind this piece that someone had brought in, it looks like a shield that has been crushed dozens of times over by hammers and morning stars, anything that came across it. It's propped idly so against this dark stone wall in such a way that you can tell it was deliberate, not lazily tossed in here like everything else. Behind it, you can see just the top of what looks to be a crack in the stone.
What wall?
The furthest wall, I'll actually ping it for you.
Sure.
Right there.
Oh, interesting. Oh.
Anything in there, Rye? I should shout from outside the door.
Oh, did you walk inside with me?
Yes, I did.
Wandering in.
Okay.
Because I thought that maybe there was an item that was giving this off, so I've kind of been going through things.
When you say that, when you shout, "Is there anything in there, Rye?" Deeper across the echoes of your own voice off the wall, you hear this. Almost respond back through the door.
Through which door?
Through the door that he's standing next to.
I'm going to begin backing away from that door.
Oh,
Torvin,
shit.
You notice this as well. Being where you're at and seeing that he's been standing just to that door, he seemed to also kind of mess with it slightly. But now he's coyly retreating.
I rotate myself around and draw, just trying to cover every exit and entrance.
Sure. You place your back curtly against the wall nearest a series of bars. Rye continues to walk in deeper. Is there any response to that? Is there anything in there, Rye?
Well, I was already there. Yeah, I do yell back, you know, a few odds and ends, some trinkets, something else too.
Hello? Yep.
Cobalt. Might want to mute yourself there, boss.
Can he not hear you? He'll mute.
Yeah.
While I'm saying that, I'm gonna start investigating that shield in that
Sure.
little area. I want to see if there's some sort of secret or something here.
Sure. When you
I don't see anything with detect magic, even after he points out the items.
No. Even like the thing is, you feel him walk by you. You do not see him with detect magic.
Oh,
Nothing.
I want
It's
to
just-
walk around into
creepy.
this door when I get a chance, when I can.
Bear in mind, you can take off the detect magic if you'd like.
Yeah, probably.
Sure.
Take it off.
When you remove it, light hits your eyes again, and you can see the room. You can see very, very clearly. Rise walking around, there's light coming from behind you. You peer back, and there you can see Pevrin, Tripp, standing in the door. Torvin is back just away from the door, and you can see that Eli is now making his way to that door as well. When you glance back in further, it appears that Rai is moving this steel kite shield that's mostly destroyed, heavily damaged from the wall. He knocks a few things off the shelf, scattering to the grounds.
I'll go help him, and so that we don't make as much noise.
Sure.
So stuff doesn't fall.
Sure.
If he walked by those thieves' tools after he fiddled with them, I would pocket them.
Okay. Do you do
Son
so
of a bitch.
discreetly, or are you just like very brazen about this?
Discreetly.
Okay. All
I don't
right.
want to interrupt him, and I also want to. Tripp in general does not like making a lot of noise.
Give me a stealth. I'm not gonna make you do a sleight of hand because their focus is all over the place. I just need to make sure that you are trying to be discreet about this, so I want to stealth instead of. That's fine.
Oh my god.
You walk up.
31.
I mean, you can be as discreet as you want, but when I turn around and it's gone and you're the only one there, I don't think it'll matter.
You can immediately, like, you place your side to it. You kind of hold the torch out and you put it into this this bit of armor that has been put on your person. It's very, very clearly sized for someone else, but they're making it work for the body that is Pevrin. You just kind of stuff it into the side, just beyond the leather strapping and the strings. So now it's on your person. You have that.
And that's +2 to disable device, right?
Correct. +2 to disable device. Yeah, he got a 31.
Oh wait, is it +3 for masterwork?
No, it's +2.
+2. Okay.
Together with your efforts, you remove the kite shield from the wall. There's no value, not even to a blacksmith here. There is nothing to be reworked. It appears to have been patched several times, bolted multiple times with different types of metal to it. It's more of an honorary piece that they celebrate than anything else. Can I get a knowledge history from... let's go with Rai and from Oz. Even if you don't have it, just untrained.
Sure.
Benny.
I got a 10.
Dang.
Oz, it's not something that you heard in the Goblinoid region, right? It's very, very uncommon, but you heard this legend of this, basically this brawler who would fight with everyone else's gear. He was a poor, very, very poor brawler, and he would pick fights for any reason. Nobody really knows what happened to the guy. Nobody knows if he was arrested. But he earned a bit of a reputation for himself, and he was constantly patching his worn, torn, and broken, destructed armor. And this sends that memory to you. It's like, man, I heard a story about a guy who would use something like this. Never heard what happened to him, though.
Oz will kind of quietly share this story with you all.
So wait, he wore his armor?
He wore out all of his gear, essentially. This shield is it's very similar to that. You can tell it's a steel kite shield, but it's been like brass plated in spots. It looks like there are fixtures of like silver studs on the rear side for where the hand marking is supposed to go. It definitely appears that he was working with whatever he found.
Interesting.
Not the quality that would come from a smith. Not at all.
And behind it, you said there was cracks?
Yeah, there's cracks in the wall. And upon further investigation, you realize that the wall has some deliberate markings, and you can tell that the shield was there to disguise this location.
What markings are there?
It's a vertical line. It stops about in the middle of the two. So it's a vertical line that goes down about 2 feet, and then there's a brick spot there, and another vertical line that goes about 2 feet. You can't see any horizontal markings whatsoever, however.
Do I recognize this at all as some sort of like hideaway or like
there are various
why?
methods, right? Various methods. People are clever when it comes to hiding their personal things. A prison, probably more so.
Yes.
But your hunch is just that. Someone is hiding something here.
Yeah, can I decipher any sort of way to work with it, or does it look like
Give me knowledge engineering.
Yeah, I was just about to say, let me get an engineering.
Let's see what you get.
Sure. I'm actually gonna re-roll that one.
Sure.
Not too much better, but 13.
You're
better than
convinced
8.
you're convinced that there's something here that has to do with these lines in this particular brick.
I see him scrummaging around on the wall.
Yeah, you can see like he's got his
Yeah,
hand.
let me call over Torvin. I'm gonna call over Torvin to come take a look
Sure,
at this.
there you
What
go.
you doing, lad?
I'll move further into them. That way you can walk and see.
Take a look at this. Something on the wall. I think it's another one of those hideaways like the book.
The granite's different here. And look at that water.
You notice it now after he's pointed it out. It's definitely deliberate. Torvin, you
What is it?
recognize dwarven make. This prison, while practically inhabited by almost entirely humans, this is a dwarven structure. And you recognize that there is something here. You don't know exactly what it is, but there is something here.
Could I roll
Didn't we get
knowledge
some
engineering?
dynamite or something?
You guys did get lead blasting caps. If you wanted to go down that route.
Did we?
Yeah, you were able to get. It's like essentially it's like a grenade of sorts, but it's small area, very very small area, not like Michael Bay, right?
Okay. I thought I talked about getting dynamite and then we decided not to.
No, you
Could
guys
I
were able
use
to scrounge together
professional
some.
stonemason to see if I
Okay.
can push this open.
I would give you a bonus, but you would have to use a skill that functions. So if you pick a skill that's there, I'll give you a bonus because this is
Knowledge
dwarven make.
engineering.
Sure, that I'll let you use that. That's fine. And I'll give you a circumstantial bonus of plus
Can I aid him?
4. Yeah, you can. Of course you can if you'd like to. You have to roll.
Sure.
In this case, roll a.
Engineering?
I'm going to let you use engineering since it's favored.
I
and
can do both. I can do either.
whatever's
They're
higher
exactly
for
the
you.
same.
Whatever's higher.
They're exactly the same.
Okay, then roll break 10. If you can't break 10, you actually hinder him.
I got you, boo.
Perfect. That's actually just enough. That is enough because you're offering him 2 in success on top of the 4 that he had, so put him at 23, and your 2 put him at 25. I set the DC at 24 for this. This is very challenging to find. You know that it's centered around the brick. It's sort of like a locking mechanism, but more than that, it's designed to hide. It's tricky unless you're a dwarf, or unless you're taught how to do this. You know it's all about removing this particular brick. It is that stone in the hold that sort of disguises the rest of this. Do you wish to remove that brick? It's your call, Torvin.
I'm gonna
Hell
back
yes.
up a little.
I'm gonna go.
Sure. It is a little higher, admittedly, like it was designed for human hands, and there's a shelf in front of it, so you're going to have to kind of scale up this a little bit. It's about 5 feet off the ground, and there's a shelf in front.
Okay.
So give me, if you can, what do you think here? Do you want to... Give me a climb check, actually. Let's just go with simple climb.
Yeah, can I just jump up and grab it?
Yeah, let's just see if you can do it. Not an excellent roll, but that's okay. You're literally like stepping up about 2
Have
feet.
a reroll.
You reach up and you grab onto the stone. Give me a strength check. Sure, that's just enough. You are able to grab onto the stone and you kind of wench it free. You can see dust and debris, sediment sort of fall down on the shelf around it. And you reveal just in the back of this brick spot, there appears to be a mechanical piece that can be toggled left and right. It's like a lever.
Careful, careful. There could be a trap in that. Careful, careful.
He points it out.
I don't think they would go to conceal something if it were that much, if it were a trap.
Well, go away and open it then.
Might be something
Well,
to
let's
do
have a
with how they process the prisoners. There might be some way into the lower depths from here. I
Or
don't
someone's trying to hide something.
I don't like flipping switches. I pull out my 10-foot pole.
Sure.
I forgot you had a 10-foot pole.
I
Pull it out back from my bag and I put it back together.
Sure.
And I tell everybody to maybe get back out of the room.
You look, you're realizing as you're snapping this pole together, and you look and you realize that the pole is actually too big.
Oh, for the room?
No, for this particular, this stone spot, right? It's a brick, but it's designed to go into the depth of the wall. It's not actually designed to be large, so anyone can just see it. It's supposed to be hidden. The actual circumference of your pole is too, this is going to sound incredibly dirty out of context. Your pole's too big for the hole, my friend.
Okay, fair enough. I break it back down, put it back in the bag.
Well,
I kind of shrug at everybody.
Perhaps you could have a look.
So do you reach in and toggle the lever?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. Or do you want someone else to do this?
You know what?
I'm
Okay, so this is
suggesting
just
Tripp.
like a hole in a wall.
It's if I had to describe this, it's the brick itself is designed like a sheet of paper, but like sort of like a notebook. So it's a slab that's about.
I reach in and I hit the.
Yeah, you got it. You flip that switch, and nothing happens at first. Before you hear the sound of stone grating on stone, this, and it pulls out a wall. The wall actually slides open as if it's a door. It is about 5 feet tall and 6 feet wide and requires a lot of strength to pull this the rest of the way open. If you do so, you will remove everything on the top shelf. Your call.
When you remove everything on the top shelf, what do you? Oh, I'm gonna grab that amulet and throw it in my bag.
Mm-hmm. The metal
And the one.
Are you trying to do that sneakily?
No, I'm not. I'm just throwing it in.
I'm gonna maybe also it's a better idea to leave this stuff here and grab it on the way out, unless any of you guys can identify it.
I don't think we can do that in here. But I mean, if they're valuables, might as well.
I could
take
identify
something.
it, but this room is not seems
isn't
like
really
it's doing
the
some
time.
weird stuff to my magic.
Agreed.
Do you believe in? I know you don't believe in gods, but do you believe in curses?
Temerity, you overhear this conversation just outside the door.
You see us look very anxious when you mention curses and gulps.
I'm gonna peek my head in and say, "Did somebody say curses?"
Rye looks over at Eli and says, "If you want it so bad, you can have it." And I point at my bag, and then I also point out the wand to Oz.
Sure.
Just really quick. And then I turn my attention back to the door and look at Torvin.
my head in.
I'll get the one down for Oz and just hand it over.
Sure. It is.
Look,
So
I don't want to leave empty-handed either. I'm just saying it's pretty close to the entrance. We could just grab it on the way out. That way we're not
Dark
taking
vision
any
whilst
risk.
They're all talking.
Say that one more time, please.
Can I use my dark vision and see inside whilst they're all talking?
Because it is not a spell-like ability, it's a supernatural effect of your race. You can peer into the space. Bear in mind, you are going to have to leverage yourself. I need another climb check. This time, you're actually going to have to be on the very top shelf. You have to scale all the way up. It's a little rickety, bear in mind, so you might reflex if you roll a little sketch. Okay, Torvin, you begin to ascend the shelf, and everyone can see this. It's not high. It's about 4 feet off the ground, but it is certainly taller than you are. You get your foot on the second shelf, and you feel just how rickety the shelf actually is. It wasn't designed to support the body weight of an individual, let alone a stout dwarf, and you feel that it's not very steady.
Oh, I'll pull back. I'll just pull it back, pull it back, pull it back.
Okay, so you take that step back down. You guys can see the Torvin is attempting to climb up while this debate is occurring, but he steps back down. When he moves his foot off from that last spot, the shelf actually kind of shakes just a little.
Rye keeps talking to Eli. Just out of curiosity, how much treasure hunting have you done?
Oh, well, maybe not hunted it, but I've seen a lot come through the shop.
How many dungeons have you crawled?
I've
Tombs,
just been in a few
raided.
goblin dens, that's all.
Yeah, we all know about
Not
that.
much treasure in those.
Then perhaps you should adhere to the scope of my experience.
Hey, I'm just saying, it's the safer way. If you want to carry that shit around, go right ahead.
I look over at Torvin, I look back at Eli, and I say, typically, once we're done, we'll go through the loot when we're in a safe spot. Nobody here is trying to pull a fast one on you. Can we focus on the task at hand?
Look, I wouldn't even say anything, but Oz said there was something weird going on with the detect magic.
Right.
And I just think that's a bad sign.
I would like from you in this moment, I want a perception just from you.
Sure. You said Rye, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can't wait to absolutely bomb this.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's not great. That's not great. Okay. Thank you.
Could have re-rolled it, buddy.
You could. There are
We
two
only have
rerolls.
one more, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I already used one.
You could just annoy the shit out of the chat, and I'm sure someone might come through.
No, I'll it's fine. I'll re-roll it. I'll use my last one.
Oof, okay. All right. Rye, when you say that in that moment of irony, right? You make a declaration. We're not trying to screw each other over here. Your eye catches to the very first thing that you saw. The Masterwork Thieves tools. They're missing.
Or at least I didn't think we were. I look around and I mean, I don't know it's Pevrin, all right, but
you know,
can I make
Pevrin.
a roll to have my brain cells hold hands, put 2 and 2 together.
Give me I'm just gonna give you a collective sense motive here. You're just gonna size everybody up.
That seems like a sense motive.
To look at everyone to see who's most likely.
I thought you were just gonna blame Oz, because Oz is usually the one to blame.
No,
Rye's not gonna blame you. He's gonna blame me first, even if he doesn't think I actually did it.
Now, Pevrin, from you in this case, because you're witnessing, and I know you heard it. I saw Ronald's face, so I know Pevrin heard it in this moment.
Yeah.
When he says that, he stops, and I'm gonna give to you an option. Would you like to bluff or perform?
You want me to roll sense
either
motive,
one.
right?
Yes. Unless you don't care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Perform, I guess.
Sure, go for it.
You're gonna try to lie, you dirtbag.
I think he just doesn't want to look
Bluff.
guilty in this moment.
It's bluff is the oops, sorry, babe.
Just enough. So, Rye, you're looking, and you're convinced, right? You believe that it's Pevrin. It's got to be Tripp, right? He's a sneaky little son of a bitch. He's done this multiple times, but when you look at him, he's not breaking a sweat. He doesn't look like he's cracking under the pressure.
You taught him well.
He's just holding it together enough.
In my mind, in Pevrin's mind,
He's grown
you
so
hear
much.
you hear Tripp. Pevrin, switch with me real fast. He's like, what? He's all switch with me real fast. And you just hear Pevrin hears in his mind. He's all
the panic noise.
I look at the table and I kind of point at the missing spot. Is there clearly dust that's missed there?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. You also notice
this
that
is a very old room.
You notice that Tripp is probably the nearest to that spot, even with him moving. He's definitely the nearest there because he doesn't want to be in the way, but he still wants to provide light.
Well, there was a pretty nice set of lockpicks there.
a what?
There it is. There's the crack.
If he says that, I'm just gonna sit.
Yeah,
slowly on
how am I
that.
supposed to be dirty?
Yeah.
I still
You
don't
see
know.
this?
I mean,
Like the way you look at the dust, you're like, oh, it looks like there's some dust that's been moved. He's all dust. That's weird.
I just say,
can we all just sense motive? Because I think we're all side eyeing him.
I'm not going to give you. You guys don't even have to make it. It's all very, very painfully aware at this point.
I I assume.
Look, we're either gonna grab the stuff, or we're gonna leave it all.
He's all like,
Let's
now
not
look here.
make
And he puts a torch out.
exceptions.
You just hear a. He looks down. He's like, pulls it back up and puts it back into his ropes. He's like,
I say we take it. It's not like it's doing any good here.
These did belong to the prisoners, didn't they? And their prisoners are ghosts, so
look, if
could be
anyone's
giving
gonna
them an
use these,
advantage by
I know how to
bringing one
use
of their
them.
items closer to them.
We're gonna do
Honestly.
that. Do they have any maces? We can take their maces and put them in their faces too.
Honestly,
Calm down, son.
I wouldn't trust a group sneak not to take the pretty thieves' tools.
Look, in all fairness, yes, they just. It sounds unusual, but they look familiar in a sense that I don't know how, but I know how to use these. And not that they're mine, but no one else is here to take them.
You say
Bri
that you
is
could identify
unconcerned.
these, Oz?
What?
Did you say you could identify these, Oz?
Well, maybe. I haven't tried yet.
Rye goes back to the door and looks at Torvin for help and trying to. We got to pull it open, right?
You have to pull it open.
Yeah.
Up a little.
What I'm
Do you
suggesting
need
though
do you need a lift?
is that when you go to open this, unless you've moved everything out in front of it, you're going to knock everything off of that shelf.
Oh, we don't want to.
Oh, I moved those shelves.
Okay, that's what I needed to know.
Okay, yeah. I moved the shelves.
Sure, it takes a moment. It's a little awkward because it's of poor make. This is clearly not done by like a craftsman of any kind. This is probably made by the guards, and you just kind of move it over to the side. It's not even that heavy, but you're able to free up enough space.
Now, is Torvin? Can he reach?
He can't.
Okay, well then I'll just try by myself then.
Sure, give me a strength check.
I'm a strong lad. I've been known to use my
Move
strength.
Somebody. No, you got it.
20
That's
or
good. That's good. You hear that the grating of that stone again. This time, as you're pulling it open the rest of the way, you have to walk it over. It's an enormous slab of stone, revealing a pocket. It appears to be a hidden vault. There are some things here. The space is not entirely filled. There are 5 items here. They were deliberately hid in this particular place.
That's a magic number.
Oh fuck!
Is one of them a key?
Let me tell you what they are.
Mm.
There's a blood-stained hand axe. A collection of holy symbols. You find a moldy spellbook. A smith's hammer. And a tarnished silver flute.
Oh,
I-
I don't like any of those things.
Where everything else has been lazily thrown amidst the shelves, these are placed here very, very deliberately, carefully.
You guys could be the next 5. Think about it.
Do I know?
You immediately recognize the hammer.
Yeah.
That's Ibsen's onyx cudgel. It's his hammer.
Wait, these are all the flute and the. Oh
You just
man!
picked up on that?
Weapons.
The
Yeah.
moment when Elo realizes.
I wonder what we do with them though. I pull this aside and I look in and I see all this, and I look back at Eli, and I
know
say,
that hammer.
That loot.
"You could learn a thing or two from me." And then I like step back and kind of usher everybody like to come look.
Yeah, the moment Pervin or Tripp looks over and sees those items, he's like he's happy with the thieves' tools. He just does this and goes.
What happened? Did we explode? Because of the
Yeah.
cubby?
We're all dead.
Mm.
Damn.
Good game.
No,
Turns out
Though.
We opened the cubby and there was a vault in there, and inside are items that we probably know very well.
the items from the 5,
Yeah.
big
Mm.
5.
The hammer, the axe, the
Yeah.
flute, the spell book, and then the
Holy
symbols.
symbols.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, boss, you can take that book.
I know, the spell book.
Yeah.
I could probably learn some spells from it.
I want to take that fucking hammer so much, but I also do not want to touch it whatsoever.
Right? That's
be the
how
next-
I
No,
feel
this is
about
perfect,
it.
guys. What's the worst that could happen?
We
But
can be the
Oz-
next. They can
Oz
be the
is
next
smart.
five.
Is it going to be one of those things where we got to use the weapon against the ghost, like their own weapon against them?
I mean,
You know.
maybe.
Perhaps.
Potentially, or they take them from us and
Smite us with it.
I rolled very high on both of those. I rolled into wisdom check for us.
Who's going to be
With
the
a
first to
20 and
say anything
21.
about it? You guys are currently just standing there staring at this vault in
Well,
the
if-
wall.
As they're
sees
describing
it?
them, I think Oz will
Everybody.
immediately say,
Say,
Oz isn't in the
oh,
room,
no,
but
that
he'll
hammer.
say,
I think those probably belong to them, the folks we keep hearing about.
Aye, that's the hammer. I've seen it before.
Now, when you say that they're set aside, Bub, does it look, is it like shrine like, or is it more just like it's an antique piece? Like it's like a museum more than a shrine. Like it.
I think it's like stored so someone can't get to it.
All of the above. All of this is correct. This was stored in such a way that whomever placed this here knew this was different than every other piece that came in. There may have been a lot of backwater trash, villainous individuals here, right? Like you're talking like everybody in this place, this gulag was designed for really horrible people, but these five, they're legends in their own right. Separating theirs from the rest. You knew yourself walking through here, it's just garbage, it's trash. You found a couple of pieces maybe worth 15 gold, 20 gold here and there. But this is stuff of legend. The right collector might pay a disgusting amount for this. Anybody with a
The
sense
reason that
for the
those are
occult and
behind the
macabre.
wall is because they didn't want them getting a hold of those again.
I think we should remember the magic on this room.
It's probably why they haven't been found.
I'm muted. Can I detect magic?
You can detect magic.
Yes.
I
'Cause I'll have
was-
walked in
Tried.
I did detect magic before already. Just
right
so
before.
You know.
No, I remember that. So thank you. That was right before I lost power.
Yeah.
But now that it's open and we can see them, I wanted to see if there was anything
I think
different.
might be the same problem, but you can
We'll
try.
see.
Sure. There's no
Just
failure
don't
in your
want to waste
cast.
your spell slots.
You,
Oh, okay.
you see just the same.
Okay.
Everything looks to be just as described as before, and then the moment that the detect magic, the paling of the vision, you feel that swooping, so the arcane layer is visible to you. Nothing. It is like staring into an oil slick. Nothing is there.
I know you said like there was the 5 items in there, but Tripp would, out of curiosity, see if there's any paperwork at all,
None.
or is it just those? Okay.
Just those things.
Yeah, he
They're
does
all
a quick glance, but
They're all
then just-
fastened to the wall in such a way that prevents, if someone were to stumble upon this, that they could just freely reach in and just like pluck it from the wall. Each of it is,
Yeah,
there's like tie downs, like leather strapping that's holding everything to the wall.
yeah. No, he just takes a quick look, but when he kind of doesn't see anything else, he kind of just has a small look of disappointment, then just turns around and looks to the rest of the group. Well, chances are if they leave this room, they're gonna know that these are out. Like you said, we can either try to use these against them, or maybe exercising them might be helpful. I don't know if they're bound to these items in any way.
I think we should destroy them.
Well, I won't say yes, but I'm not saying no. Putting them all together, having an accident with a little bit of acid.
Well, destroying, if they are magical items, is a much more complicated process.
So, more acid.
No.
Oh.
I reach out and try to grab the flute.
Oh.
Sure. Do you undo the tie that's strapping this to the wall?
Yes.
You manage to unravel a hemp cord that seems to bind this to the wall itself, and it starts to fall limp. You see that it begins to slide from its position. Reaching up, and you catch this. It falls to your hand.
I ready my hammer.
Nothing occurs. There is no flashing of light. There is no odd sense of power. It's beautiful. Its make is far beyond what a normal artisan would. But you know it has history. There lies in your palm a tarnished silver flute.
Let's say we
Just
get
for
the
a
hell out of here.
Second, Rye has this intrusive thought to play it, just to blow into it. I'm gonna roll.
What the fuck, guys?
I'm gonna roll.
Can I try to stop him?
We don't know what he's doing yet.
Can
Yeah.
I try to grab
I
his
can't
roll?
see him.
You
Do
can't be reactive
you-
to something you don't even
As soon
know
as he
exists
starts
yet.
moving it to his mouth, I can react.
I mean,
He's
That's true.
he's right next to you in the room. I'm
do you
not.
do you stop him from reaching in because he's reached in?
I mean, no. When if he tries to blow it, I would like to try to stop that.
Depends. Do you turn
Well-
around, or is it like one of those things where you're looking at it in your hand and they see the rear side of you, like your back? Do you just instinctively kind of move it up to your mouth and blow into this, or
I don't even know if I'm going to yet.
go for it?
I'm
Go for it.
gonna-
Let's see what you got.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it very. It would be a dumb thing to do, so I'm gonna roll intelligence. If I roll like 5 or lower, then I'll do it. All right, it was just an intrusive thought. I just turn back around with it. I don't try to blow to it.
I need a will save.
Okay.
That thought sits with you for a moment.
They want you to re-roll it so that you can roll worse.
I think he already used them.
He did.
Yeah, I
No.
think you did
I already.
too.
Yeah, I don't have any.
But you could donate.
Bub has to.
Right. That thought sits with you for a moment, and you start, like, you notice you instinctively start moving it up, and you're like, wait a minute, this is a fucking bad idea. And you put it down. And as you begin to turn to the others, you realize, wait a minute. What if? And that thought just, like, glows in the back of your mind. It's like a hot poker, and it's sitting there. You've not quite wanted something so bad. Even if it's one note, what is one note going to hurt?
I blow it.
Oh wait, no. I'm watching. Can I check if? Because I'm watching him.
Like at first it was an intrusive thought, and now I'm like, man, it's like why shouldn't I? Why should it's like the ring? Well,
You saw him reach in, and you can't see the hand axe being moved. You can't see the hammer being moved. Where he reached in, you're certain that it's either the holy symbols, or it is the flute. And he starts to turn, and you can see the holy symbols on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
But as he turns, he pauses for a moment, and I'll give you a reflex, if you could, please. Sure, I'll say that 14 will notice it, but give me a reflex.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Oh, you meant her. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, come on.
You've got one reroll left, Temerity.
I'm gonna slap it out of his fucking hand.
Yeah, no, that's great. I set the DC high. This is an instinctive thing. You're like literally moving on fly action. You start to move it up, and you're like, yeah, what's one note gonna hurt? And as you move it up, the hand comes down and just claps yours.
I feel like I've seen stuff like this before.
The flute hits the ground right out of your hand.
What are you doing, man? Can we tie him up now?
I think we might have to. That's not. Do you still want to play it?
Everyone, calm down.
I mean,
Calm
yeah,
down.
I still
I'm gonna
wanna play.
I'm gonna give Tripp the total hand. Do you still want to play it? Does he still want to play it?
I'm gonna move closer.
Both yes and no. It's not one of those things where Rye, you are like, oh my god, I'm compelled, I have to do this. It's just like it's a note. What's it like? It's not gonna hurt anything, right? It's just one note.
Well, now Rye wants to play it just because everyone's acting like a bunch of bitches
Yeah.
about it.
I
Okay.
take off my cloak and I throw it on top of it.
Look, it's one thing if he gets himself killed, but if he's gonna get us all killed at this point.
I feel like of all of
What's going
those
on in
things, to blow the flute, like of all of them,
You
No,
might as
we
well
don't
pick up
do
the hammer
that.
and bash it into your own head.
it's basically like playing a song that says "Hello, we're here." Like I feel like this is a bad idea, right?
As if his foot
I agree, it's
crashing
a
into the
bad
door wasn't
idea.
enough of a alarm earlier.
Well,
I
if you
mean-
guys got so many bright ideas, why don't you fucking grab the items then?
No, I'm ready to
By
leave
all
them
means.
here.
I think my idea is not to grab the items. So did we heard Torvin said that axe or that hammer was He recognized
He
it.
recognized
He
it,
goes
yeah.
back into the
Unacceptable.
room and he grabs the rest of the items. He just walks to each one and undoes it.
Yeah,
and
you just start
grabs each one.
unbinding them. I need another will save, please.
Yes, sure.
Oh my god.
We tie him up.
Punch you square in the dick.
We might have.
Well, you guys are acting fucking crazy towards him right now.
Right.
Well, I don't
he's the
blame
only-
you.
You're picking the fucking possessed weapons off the wall.
Nobody's
Trying to
doing
blow
anything.
fruits.
Nobody's doing anything. So Raya's just doing stuff.
I'm ready to
At
leave
I'm
the
not
any
room.
even in
point-
the room.
At any point, if any of the spellcasters want to deal with the magic items, Raya's happy. But nobody's doing anything. So Rye feels like he's
Because we can't.
I'm
We
a
can't
child holding a
see.
torch. I don't know
I'm
what
like
to do.
a blind
Right.
mage right
Out
now.
of character, this is fine. In character, I'm flipping
Yeah,
out.
out of character, I'm fine too.
well, then take
In
control.
character,
Somebody
I'm
step
about to-
in.
Yeah,
do
we're
some-
about
I
to-
tried.
Oh,
Out of
no.
character, I'm actually quite
You
intrigued.
just
in
slap.
character, I don't really know what's going on because I'm not in that room.
Right, you instinctively start pulling things down. You pull off the axe, you grab the bag of holy symbols, you reach up for the hammer, but something does happen when you grab that hammer. Man, it feels at home. It's perfectly at home, and you feel a hunger. It's a thirst, my friend. It's a thirst that can only be found at the bottom of a bottle, but this bottle can only be located in your nearest ally's head.
Oh no.
You failed your will
Gotcha.
save. I need you to make an
They were
attack.
all just misunderstood. They just had
Who's
Good luck,
closest?
Temerity.
I think I am.
It's
Yeah, I'm pretty close.
I don't know.
closest to
They're
the wall.
all.
Picking up
It's
the hammer.
They're
it's
all
Torvin.
by you.
You move up to the wall and
Well, hold on.
they're
That
close.
does beg a
you
question.
can roll on it.
Oh, hold on. Let me better understand what this looks like because I was going to each item and taking it off the wall.
Mhm.
You said that I grabbed the hammer last, right?
Now there's
Am
one
I
more item up there.
dropping- Okay, so is my hands filled with items
You
right
tell
now
me.
where I'm trying to hit? Well, that's what I'm saying is like I would have had my hands filled with items, meaning like
I mean,
I'm
it's,
trying to
it's, a, it's
decide
a
if when
vault,
I'm
like there's a
possessed,
bottom, right?
am I
There's a
dropping them and I'm attacking, or do I still have all these items?
there's
in
a
my hand?
vault bottom, so after untying them, you can just set them kind of like right there. It's a horizontal spot where you can lay things down before you decide what you want to do with them.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah, so just
I was
bringing
kind of
them out.
grabbing them in anger and kind of like haste and just kind of like
Sure,
I
sure.
wasn't trying to like put anything down. I was just trying to collect them all.
Then the likelihood is
Pokemon.
you have the axe in your least dominant hand. You have the bag of holy symbols, probably close to your chest, and your dominant hand, whatever it is, your left or your right, you are holding onto the blacksmith's hammer.
Okay, cool. That's what I want to know. All right.
I'm
So,
looking
what are
at
the
that hammer
stats
very
on this
worriedly.
hammer, and who am I swinging it at?
I think whoever
You got to
this
roll on
is
it.
probably-
It's either Temerity or Torvin, because
Yeah.
Temerity is close enough to slap it out of your hands, and Torvin is right next to you.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So, what am I rolling?
It's a 50-50, your call. You roll a d4 and choose even or odd for your allies. Which one? Even, Temerity, odd, Torvin?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That works.
Go ahead and roll a d4.
Bring it.
Okay, you're
Evens.
swinging on Temerity. Now I need you to make an attack. It's going to be your base attack bonus, which is 3, plus your strength modifier.
Is there any
Spinning.
initiative here since we're already watching him?
No, it's surprise. It's surprise for
Okay.
everyone. It will
You're not
immediately
expecting
incite.
him to hit you with the hammer.
I don't know. He's kind of acting weird.
I mean, can I just do an unarmed attack as the same bonus?
What is acting
plus 7.
normal too?
You can, but there is a bonus that it's going to apply. So whatever you roll, I just need to know your AC, Temerity. What is your flat foot?
18.
18. So go ahead and roll.
Flat-footed armor class is 15.
Okay, so 15. Go ahead and roll your unarmed. I'm going to be adding a bonus to it.
Sure.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh my god.
you hit.
What did you roll? Okay,
Seven.
all right.
23, 7 damage.
I need you to roll a d6. Add 4 on top of your strength bonus. So what is your strength bonus?
Oh, my strength bonus is 4.
So a d6 plus 8.
All right. So I'll just roll the d6 and we'll just throw it. Hey,
Oh.
there we go.
Nice.
Yay.
9 damage.
I saw the 23 for a second, thought it was the new roll. I was like, bye. I'm
Take-
just going to go to bed.
9 points of damage as the blacksmith's hammer immediately careens, crashing into your dome. With one solemn crack, He pauses. Does anybody jump in? Does anybody say anything?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Instantaneously.
I'm gonna try to pin him against the wall with my shield.
Okay,
Sam,
I want everybody is going to take an action that's not currently Temerity to do something, because Temerity it's that moment when someone blindsides you. There is that momentary pause of like, the fuck just happened? But instantaneous pain and blood.
I am wrapping myself around his arm.
Okay. This is actually rough because this is where he excels. He excels in a close fight.
yeah.
I'm going to give
I'm a dwarf.
I'm going to give Torvin his action, and then I'm going to take initiatives because he's literally right there.
Okay.
They're almost occupying the same square. So Torvin, you want to try to wrap him up. So give me a combat maneuver bonus against his defense.
Try to control the wrist, grab his arm.
Go for it. Let's see what you get. Give me the CMB versus his CMD. Does 13 break your defense? Rye.
My AC or
No,
my...
your combat maneuver defense, your CMD.
Oh, no.
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 Okay. He shrugs you off. You reach up for that arm to stop him, and he immediately just brings it back. So he looks like he's going to swing back in to take another swing at Temerity's head. I'm going to get that initiative. I brought up the tracker. Okay.
I rolled bad.
Do I get to roll or no?
Yeah, you'll get to roll. So yeah, everybody can roll on the Tripp. Got a 21. That's real good.
Damn, Tripp.
Now you're gonna see where I excel. No, I'm just kidding. That's not.
You stabbed me with a lockpick.
Did I re-roll my initiative?
If you not no,
Use
you're
your reroll.
wait, are you on here, Torvin? Yeah, you're there. You
I
have
did roll. I've got a 9.
okay. Yeah, so you have a 9 on your initiative.
He wants to reroll.
Do you want to reroll? If you want to,
That's
then go
what
for
he's
it. Please,
asking.
please do.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, it's his reroll. He could do whatever he wants.
I'm the captain now.
Okay.
Look at me. Look at me.
I think Oz is still trying to figure out what's going on. That's why he got a 7 for his initiative. Because I'm
Nice.
outside of the room. I moved up a little bit because I heard some ruckus.
I'm not even in this initiative. This is my favorite. I've been waiting on this to happen.
Ah!
But I
I've been
like that.
waiting.
I
I'm
like
about to
that Rye
fuck you
told
up, bud.
everyone to get out of the room before he opened the thing, and no one did it
No one
except for
did it.
me. Except for
Rye
me.
is a
that's
treasure
smart.
hunter. There's things about Rye you don't know. He likes treasures. He
I'm
will
not
go
gonna
for
lie. I
them.
thought that was a Mortal Kombat song starting for a second.
No, my friend.
Oh, it's like a weird ticking sound. I don't like
sorta
it.
is.
All right.
Oh, that would get awful after a while.
All right. So initiatives and descent. Tripp, you are first. You see Torvin
All right.
immediately throw this arm up over his to try to stop him, and Rye readies back, dropping the other weapons in front of him to bring it back down. Temerity pauses. It's that momentary like flash, right? Like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
And you see that split of blood run down the front of her face between her ruby eyes.
I would jump in front of it. Just in a panic. Run up and take the hit.
So you dive in front. You dive in front of Temerity.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Put the child body in front.
Perfect. So go ahead and position yourself in between there. Do that. Is that your action?
Yeah.
Temerity, your turn. You've just taken this blow to the face. You have
And
a pretty good idea of where it's coming from.
Right. And do I see Tripp kind of run in front of me?
When your eyes sort of take to this, you see Peverin step in between the two of you.
Whoever runs in front of me, like I don't even know that I see it. I am just gonna cast Sanctuary on them.
Got it. Okay.
So you cast it on me. Thank you.
No.
He's a willing
The fuck
creature.
I did.
I'm not going to give you a save against this. You're a willing creature. You're attending specifically to Temerity. So Sanctuary is upon you. Any opponent directly attempting to attack you as a warded creature, even with a targeted spell, must attempt a will save. If they succeed, they can attack as normal. But if they can't, they have to go around you.
What's Temerity's initiative? I don't see her on the list.
I was
16.
16.
Yep.
15.
You were
Oh, weird.
16.
Oh, okay.
You're right above Rye. Rye got a 15.
Yeah. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
and it's
left
one
out of
round
my-
per level, so it's 3 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't see her in the initiative either.
That's weird.
I've got her. I've got her on mine.
Okay.
I've got her on my tracker.
Worries.
So I see me.
That is going to be If you'd like to move, you can. That's a standard action. So it's your call here. Do you want to move? Missy?
Do I want to move?
Yeah, do you want to move?
Can I move?
You can. It's just you use your standard action to cast a spell. You have a move action.
Did I go down?
Hold on a second. If she casts a spell and I'm near her and I'm aggro, would I attack of opportunity?
It can, in fact, provoke an attack of opportunity.
So when she casts Sanctuary, would I have attacked her?
Do you have combat reflexes?
That's a good question.
You will get one attack of opportunity, but I need to know if you have combat reflexes. It's a feat.
Yeah, I'm looking at the feats. I do not.
Okay,
So.
you will get a single attack of opportunity here. You won't get another one until the round resets. So if you'd like to take one now, then go for it.
I feel like if I was possessed, that I would just be attacking whenever I get the opportunity.
Go for it. And that, what that looks like in your mind is that in this moment, despite this being whom you are, you believe that the secret to gaining the love of your life back is contained within the prize that is her skull.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That is okay. So on top of 4, what is you said your AC was 18 or yeah, 18?
Me?
Yes.
Yes.
You are gonna hit. It does hit. So it's going to be the D6 plus
8.
8.
You said.
Okay, so it's 9. That's unless I'm reading. Okay, so no, that's 10 damage.
I'm at 8.
I need for you, Misty, if you can, please.
Yeah, she could roll defensively.
Make a.
Or cast defensively.
If you want to, you can. I mean, she has to have combat casting in order to do that appropriately. You need to give me a concentration check. Concentration check, and your spell, if you succeed, will go through. It's on. Where's this at, Ronald? Help me out here. I can never seem to find concentration checks on the sheet.
On spells.
Yeah.
The spell tab, and then it should be on the spell level section. Yeah.
Guys, why you say this is why we don't trust Rye? This is why you don't trust Bub. Okay, Bub is This is Bub's doing.
Yeah,
I'm literally like, don't touch it, don't take it out of the room, and you're just like,
yeah, but Eli,
I don't
made
hear
you so
you. La 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 la.
Yeah, you're so unlikable. Why would Rye ever listen to you?
I was gonna ask when I jumped in the way, would I be
You're
able
about to get taught, son.
alleviate that hit in any way?
So, hold that thought. You're technically a child. While you occupy a medium spot, this matters to a degree. Like you are still not like of obtrusive height. A lot of things are happening at a very, very short window. You're looking at like 3 to 6 seconds, and madness is going on. So, Temerity, what is the level of spell you're casting? Is it a 0, first, or second level spell?
The one when I cast Sanctuary on him?
Yes.
It is a level 1.
It's a level 1. So you need to do 1 plus 10 plus the level of the damage. That is your DC. If you can break the DC of 21, which you got at 20, then your spell will succeed. In this case, because you fail the concentration, your spell fails. It fizzles out.
Oh, but I thought he could. So there's no. Oh, because he's. But hold on, I'm confused.
Go for it. Ask away. This is what it's for.
But in initiative, though, I cast it before he started his attack.
Correct. You get reactionary movement, and because spells require concentration, you were struck, and then you were spellcasting in melee combat. He gets to strike again. Now, if let's say, for instance, Eli were to walk up and cast a spell, he doesn't get an action against that because he's already used it in this round.
I don't have any spells. FYI. I have supernatural ability.
This is why, like, combat...
Like a ghost hunter.
Combat is hard because of all of the nuance and rules that are tucked away into it.
But you can have a feat that can allow you to do it multiple times.
Correct.
But did you not? I don't think.
And there are feats that you can take that will raise your bonus to casting in combat by a lot. Like a +4 and then a +8 at higher levels. You still get a move, though. You still get a move. And you've, in a matter of like 6 seconds, you have taken over half of your health pool.
Oh, yeah, I'm down to 8. Am I down or up?
You're still up. You're still up at this point.
Okay.
You were at what, like 8? You said 8 hit points?
I'm at 8.
Yeah, you've taken a lot.
I have a heavy shield.
Mhm.
I'm gonna grab it and just pull it in front of me.
Sure, you're gonna take you're going into partial defensive. This is gonna add a +2 to your defense for the round until it gets back to your turn. So your AC is gonna be 20 until the next round, which is great. You need it. This is like the worst individual to give this sort of weapon to. Rye, it's your round.
Yeah, who's closest? I mean, I probably would just swing at Temerity again.
You swing at Temerity. It's maintaining that target. That's part of the imbalance of the spell.
That's what I figured. It was something
Get an
like
attack
that.
of opportunity on him?
In melee combat, if he swings, no. If he was doing ranged combat, then sure, no. But you don't get to.
Okay.
Unless he's like
You
drawing a
would
weapon.
If he ran, like if he moved past
Correct.
you into a square, then you could, yeah.
Oh, 'cause
Unless
still
he
in his
5 foot
threatened space,
stepped.
huh?
Yeah, I mean, but you could also flank me, like 5 foot step behind me, draw a line between, like draw a line through us.
Well,
that
'cause
would
she
lower
knelt-
my
she
AC.
kneeled down, so I'm standing in front of her. That's what I'm saying. So I didn't know if him trying to strike over me would cause that to happen.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. What I'm saying is, like, if you want to lower my AC, step behind me in the next chance you get. That way, basically in Pathfinder combat, if you can draw a line, like through the characters, meaning like enemy, yourself, enemy, that means you're being flanked.
Oh yeah,
So-
yeah. You know, I was just trying to figure out if what I was doing specifically would just cause that. The flanking thing wasn't really what I was worried about. It was just the current situation for combat was what I was
Gotcha.
curious about. Yeah.
Dude, that dice smacked that 20 over.
We've had 25 episodes and very rarely have we done combat.
Correct.
Right.
So just
That's
so
why there's a
everybody
lot of
knows,
questions.
there are a lot of questions. I'm going to answer a couple of them really fast here. There are particular requirements to provoke the additional will save on this weapon. It's not as simple as every round it gets another will save. This is a hyper cursed item of a cursed individual that still lives alongside it. Additionally,
Really?
Peverin is standing here, but Peverin is a lanky 11-year-old who's not even really like big for an 11-year-old. So he immediately steps in on his round, and he's going to provide some bonus, but I'm not giving you guys all the details. I'm not telling you all of the initial bonuses and details that sort of go into things. You're just gonna have to trust me on this one. You make your attack. Right.
I already did.
It's
Yeah,
at a 15. Add 4 to it. It's 19. It's not going to break her 20.
There you go.
You take the swing. It comes across and careens against the shield. It leaves a major like dent and ding into that. Sort of rocks you for a moment, but you're able to come back from this. Next in initiative, Torvin.
Okay, so I've been thrown off his arm. His right arm, I guess, is the main arm.
Yes.
Okay, I am going for his right ankle leg. I'm trying to lift and move it back. If he's trying to throw that hammer around, best thing I can do is move his right leg away, because then he's got no control over his balance and the strength of that shot.
That makes sense. Makes sense. Lowering such so. So you want to make are you making a called shot, or are you just trying to grapple and try to bring him down?
I'll do a called shot.
Okay. Called shot. What are you doing? Are you firing with your bow?
Well, it's either that. I mean, I could.
I just looked at my. It's like Ace Ventura 2 when he's got the spears in his legs.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying.
Go with your
it's
gut.
More of a grapple.
Go with your
It's
gut.
more of a-
What? I know what Wyld wants to do. I want to know what Torvin does in this moment. Torvin is. Go for it.
Torvin is going back up there, and he's just grabbing his arm again, and he's going to use Intimidate, and he's going to yell the same thing in his face that he told him back in the day when he caught him. I'm trying to see if there's a link.
Okay. Give me an Intimidate, and I want to hear your threat. That's what I want. I want to see what you get here, if it provokes enough.
Okay.
Would you like to luck reroll?
I mean, yes.
Okay. I figured you might.
Oh, yes.
That's a lot better. Now I want to hear what it is. On that day that you yelled at that co-guide, he was another dwarf that was guiding adventurers through the swamp just like you. You were brothers in that moment. You were teaching each other many things about that, but you felt something was off. You followed him out into the swamp where he carted that noble woman's daughter, and he was going to do the deed. He was going to smash her skull in hopes of finding the right splintered piece. I want to hear your threat. What do you yell at him to provoke?
I'm trying to think what would be done on day. No more! Put it down! This ends! You end!
Okay. I need the will save now from Rye. How attached or detached are you to this particular instrument at this point? Let's see what your will save allows. Ooh.
It's about as good as it gets for me.
Yeah.
So.
Even or odd. I'm going to let this go into the favor of Torvin. You call it even or odd.
Evens.
Are you sure?
Yep.
It's odd, but I'm going to use my luck reroll. I'm going to give you another chance.
Oh, please don't.
Even or odd.
Eli's waiting with Smite Evil in his pocket.
I'm so mad my initiative was so shit.
He's like so ready to just murder.
Yeah.
Skill might have that moment.
I know.
I'll let my hammer in your chest.
I'll go for evens.
Oh, it rolled off the 4! It was on a 4!
I was like,
Until,
That's
wow.
Cobalt just
We don't have any more
manifesting.
rerolls. We have no
manifesting this into
Cobalt,
existence.
he's like, yes.
I've given him so many opportunities to see my see the light.
I'm
if you will.
cursed, bro.
Rye.
I can't do anything.
In that
Okay,
moment
Mr.
when he yells
Treasure Hunter.
it strikes you. You have this moment where you're like, that's Torvin's voice. But your internal monologue, you hear it as someone different.
That's Torvin's voice.
And you think for a moment, what am I doing? Who was that? And you go to pause. When that red hits you again, that heat in your chest that elevates up your throat, the anger and fury that rises deep from within you, where you want to bring about what you love and lust for the most. And then you feel it deep in you, that voice again.
Swing, boy. Go ahead. We'll bring about her together.
And it doesn't break through. You shake your head for a moment before initially going back into that hostile action. It appears just for a moment that he may have gotten through, but he shakes it off. A dazed moment.
Shake it up. Shake.
Now I'm still Torvin. I'm still going to give you an opportunity here to stop him. So I need from you the combat maneuver to basically apprehend his arm.
Okay. I wish I could reach high. I'd go for the eyes.
That's not excellent. That is not excellent. Your hands are made of butter, and this man is just not having it right now.
Shaking from the emotion of the moment.
Oz, it's your turn.
Okay. Oz is in the hallway. He's like, what's going on in there? Right, what are you doing? And he's just gonna, I think I can only move, how many feet can I move?
At least 25, right?
I think it's.
I can move 50.
I think you move 30.
5, 10, 15, 20. I think I can get up to here, right?
You should be able to move into the fray.
I pour my potion, give my potion to Temerity to drink?
You can offer it, but it's up to Temerity to take it at that point. Temerity is in full, she's huddled up. When you glance past the shield, between them, blood is freely running down her face.
Yeah. I was gonna be like pulling up potion to like give her a drink.
Okay.
I think at this point, the danger, if it's not a hammer to the mouth, that I'm okay with it. Like I would probably, right? Because it's like only really one thing that's trying to kill me right now, and it's not a vial shaped thing. So
sure, I think it's one of those moments where you have to like, you know what's happening, but in that moment, as Temerity, you feel the heat of the blood running down your cold face in this musty, smoke-worn room. And just as you're covering your face, a small green hand erupts just before the shield and your face, and it's like it's clutching a vial. How would Temerity react? Is it like, hey bro, thanks, or are you like, the fuck? Like, do you panic?
But I don't know that she's pretty like. I feel like she panics more in normal situations. Like this is like her element, right?
Sure.
Like
she
a cat walks
here.
by
Yeah.
and she's like, but in combat she's like, whatever, right?
Yeah,
It's like the
You're an
the
instrument.
Matrix.
I get it. You're an instrument.
I would. Is it like literally like coming up like? Like, could I just like grab it with my mouth and toss it back? Is it that close?
You know,
or is it more
Can
like
I just
would
pour?
have to get
Can
it?
she just open it? Be like, open up. Yeah, and I
Sure,
knock on my face with it.
Get under a
Yeah.
Slurpee machine.
if you
That sounds awesome.
if you exhaust the rest of your round, I will say yes. You can move up and give her that potion, but that puts you in the fray. Are you okay with that, Maggie?
I mean, I guess I'm like on the other side of her, but yeah, sure.
Sure. Well, I mean,
where did I go wrong? I
This is a-
lost a friend.
very strange. Like, are you?
Oh.
You so okay. Let me get this. You. Oh God.
You
My
said the phrase.
my brain.
It's too soon.
All right, I need you as people and as players, I need you to listen to this. Maggie, you want to
Okay.
charge past bookshelves and give Temerity a reach around
There's
potion
books-
into her
shelves?
mouth.
I thought the bookshelves are like off to the side.
They're all
Like,
Over. This is
I'm like right here next to her. Like
Yeah.
there's a bookshelf in the way of
there
me right now. That
in
doesn't-
fact is like if Misty goes back any further, if Temerity goes back any further, she's taking the entire bookshelf behind her down, and it will fall into the open path.
I guess I don't know where this bookshelf is.
Sure,
now. I'm
sure.
confused. I don't know why we would put the bookshelf in the middle of the room. That's what I'm saying. Like that doesn't make sense to me.
Because you weren't a guard. you didn't design the room, and I also didn't put a bookshelf in the center of the room. I just described
Okay,
it.
so
as
there
such.
is a bookshelf in this room that
Mhm.
we just.
It divides the room.
Okay. Well, I guess I need to understand what the room looks like to understand that.
Just imagine
But,
that there's quite literally a bookshelf that divides the room. There's a walking path on the far side or the opposite. That's it. Just a single bookshelf across. You can reach through because there's not a back to it. You can reach through if you'd like, but reach around, reach through. It's your whatever you'd like to do. I'm here. I'm a yes man. Go for it.
Like how far? Like how? I guess. Tell me the length of this bookshelf. Can I go like around this side of her? And give her the potion.
Yeah, likely. Yeah, I think you could.
Okay. Because I understand if like this is the middle of the bookshelf, that makes sense to me.
Sure.
Okay.
But you're okay with moving in and giving her this potion.
Yes.
All right, that's fine. That's what I needed to know.
I just didn't know if like if she can drink the potion like on my turn or.
Yeah, no, like I'm just gonna say like it is consensual force.
Okay.
You are giving Temerity the potion.
All right, and that is 1d8.
Yes, 1d8 plus
per
1.
Caster level. Or...
The potion is just gonna be 1d8 plus 1. So 5.
5.
You're gonna heal up 5, Temerity.
I do have a
Okay.
moderate one, but I don't know how much HP you have.
Well, now I'm at 12 out of 27.
Yeah, she got messed up pretty bad. Eli, chomping at the bit. I'm excited to see where this goes. What do you do here, Eli?
As soon as I start seeing him taking multiple swings at party members, I'm gonna raise my hammer up in the air and I'm gonna say, Torog, great creator, please lend aid so that I can stop this evil before us. And then I'm gonna smite evil on Rye.
Woo! All right. You go. All I can hear in my. I don't know if you guys know this song. It's an old one, but it's from Ludacris. It says, "Oh no, the fight's out. I'm about to punch yo. Lights out." That's all I hear right now, man. That's all I hear. And yeah, you smite. You raise your hammer. You channel Torog. You feel that fire, that reverberation, the strike of the hammer on the forge, and you know that he's with you.
Then I'm gonna hit him in the head with my warhammer and try to knock him unconscious.
So called shot. Then you want to hit him in the head.
You can do
I would like to
non-lethal.
knock him unconscious. I don't want to kill him.
You don't
but I
want
would
to
like him
non-lethal.
to not be.
Okay,
conscious.
so if
Anymore,
here's the
but-
situation. If you wish to deal subdual, aka non-lethal damage, you have to subtract because you're pulling your punch from your attack. Your attack is going to be at a rendered -4. If you specifically wish to hit him in the head, it's a called shot, which is also another -4.
But
If you wish to
DC
debilitate,
doesn't
like
matter.
if you wish to debilitate, I mean, it does to a degree.
Okay.
If you wish to debilitate his striking arm or his hand, you can call shot there. I'll give you a -2 on a shoulder as opposed to a -4. But you risk.
All right, I'll do it on the shoulder to try to disarm him then.
Okay, are you trying to do it non-lethally?
Nah, fuck it.
Okay, then
Yeah,
just a
totally
-2.
not.
Just a
gonna
-2.
blow him.
So go ahead and make that smite attack, and I'm just going to reduce it by 2, whatever you roll.
Okay.
Oh my
so,
gosh. It's coming
this is
for
going
you.
to be bonus attack, first successful attack. It's going to be 2 points of damage per level the paladin possesses, plus a charisma bonus.
So it's
I
gonna be-
believe as well.
What's your charisma bonus? I think it's 4. So
I
it's,
guess I should mention that I'm not evil. I'm just kidding.
It's like, wait, what the fuck?
I have detected your evil several times.
I have his fucking character sheet open, like, whoa, what?
I
We
mean,
already know you are.
I'd still hit it.
And so it says that regardless of the target, smite evil attacks automatically bypass any DR the creature might possess.
Correct. He doesn't
But
have damage
here we
reduction.
go.
He has armor
Oh,
class.
damage reduction.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I missed.
That's fine. That's fine. Go ahead and make your attack.
All right.
Do you wish to re-roll to hit? That wasn't
Yeah.
that was not a great roll for you.
Yeah. I got one more.
I figured you might.
Thank you.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's gonna hit. It's going to be 16 damage in a cold shot shoulder. Here's part of the problem, right? This is where fighting allies becomes difficult. You bring that hammer down. Torvin, you feel that weapon sort of careen over. You hear the whoo as it basically blanches right over the top of you. And as it careens into that shoulder, there's a very loud as it cracks. I need for you to make a strength save here, Rye, because you feel your arm go limp and numb immediately.
Sure. Oh, cool. 7.
Your hand goes limp, and you feel the hammer drop. The blacksmith's hammer falls from your hand. I need a new will save from you. This is much easier.
Sure. I failed it.
No way. Oh my god!
I have no reroll.
I like
so-
how it stops between the 13 and the 1, and it comes up 1.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Wow, I'm not gonna lie, my friend. You know what? Use my luck reroll. You're using my last luck reroll.
Okay.
All right, Torvin, finish him.
The DC was 5.
Okay, well, I did great.
The DC was 5. The hammer falls, you witness it, and you feel that voice again inside you before it starts to dissipate.
Maybe another time.
And you feel like you're in control of yourself again. That itch that was lingering there, that desire to find the love of your life, it remains, but you realize it is no longer at the behest of that hammer.
Hey guys, be careful. That hammer's cursed.
Fuck off, man.
As soon as he drops it, I'm gonna kick it into the corner.
I pick it back up with my other hand.
I was like,
Oh
no,
my
you're fucking not.
The
I
fuck
cut
you
his
are.
Achilles tendons.
All right, so I'm back. And what's going on with my arm? Is it broken or something, or is it just?
You don't need that arm.
Not
done?
yet.
Your arm isn't done. You can make a heal check, or someone else could. You try to.
Before I do that, I
I'm
look
not
around
yet.
at everybody.
I'm rolling on top of him. I'm not done yet.
Oh, you want a pillow fight?
I don't know he's okay. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I am holding him down.
I was
Sure.
gonna say, just because initiative's done for him doesn't
Yeah.
mean it's done
No,
for us.
it's not. It's
Okay,
not.
okay. So just throw it out there. Is there not some visible, like me, obviously going like, oh, like
No.
you guys have?
There's not.
Really?
There's
Okay.
nothing visible. Like at that point, it's up to you to say and or do something.
Okay. I mean, I'm coming out of like this thing. I'm probably not going to say anything. I'm still trying to probably figure out what the fuck is going on
Tripp.
myself. So,
It is technically your turn. I've not removed initiative. It still remains. Hostility is dropped, at least on his end. We'll see how far that goes.
like punch me like 11-year-old.
Tripp, grab the axe and hit him.
Yeah, no, I pick it up. No, I'm just kidding. Do I see that his like facial expression has changed at all? Do I see that happen the moment that?
You know, I've got to ask you here, as Ronald, you're traveling around with this guy who borderline has zero reaction to things short of sarcasm and very, very dry wit here, and half of his face is pretty horrifically burnt now.
Good thing you brought that up, because if I don't see that facial expression change, he's about to get the other side a little crispy.
Wow.
I hit him with the torch.
You don't.
Do you guys just not understand like what curses do?
If I, like I said, if there is a lack of reaction the moment I see that hammer drop,
like nobody's using non-lethal here. Like we're all just gonna kill me just because
I'm not switching to the war racer. I'm not like, no, it's my turn to.
I mean, for what it's worth,
shit in
You're
front
gonna
of the
burn
evil
my
hater.
other fucking side of my face. That's like Rye would rather be stabbed.
for what it's worth, like after your 2 strikes, like Temerity might be able to smell colors at this point. Like those were some pretty intense blows rapidly.
No, but I mean, I would try to brace myself to get ready to take that next attack. But if I noticed that wasn't coming, then I would kind of assume.
I mean, it's initiative, right? Like this is going fast. You have no idea what's happened. He's taken a strike. He's actually swung 3 times, 2 of which have successfully landed. Right.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying. Like if that's the case, then I would try to.
I
him to
did
knock him back.
disarm him though, so maybe he's less threatening to you. I don't know.
So what do you do?
Yeah, if it
You
was
just
still in
hold?
the heat
You hold an action?
Yeah, I mean that's what I said.
Okay.
I was trying to protect Temerity. That was the whole thing. Like,
All right.
I wasn't.
He holds Temerity. What does Temerity do here?
I'll probably sit down hard with my shield still kind of in front of me, like kind of like letting it hit the ground first and like using it to like sit back.
Okay.
And I will cast a heal on myself.
Sure, go for it.
What do I got that's good?
Was there a potion?
Not even
in
gonna
front of
cast
you,
a heal
or
on
did you already
Rye.
drink that?
No!
Yeah, I healed her already.
Not
She
shit.
gave me a heal. Oz gave me a heal, but I gave everybody else my
Yeah.
healing
Yeah.
potions.
Sure.
I was like,
Nobody
"Ah,
else
you know."
picks up a cursed item in this group. Okay, I hope nobody does. All right.
It's almost like the blacksmith was like, "These could be cursed. I don't know, guys. Maybe we should come back." And you're like, "Fuck it. No, I'm a treasure hunter. Fuck
I mean,
you."
every group, every group's gonna have a
People
shaggy,
make
right?
mistakes.
Exactly.
People make
Well,
mistakes.
And that's fine, but it also
It's fine. It costs your arm.
You know what? Forgiveness takes a little time.
I love it. I love how
forgiveness.
I love how you guys are punishing Rye for what this
They
hammer
usually take
cursed
your
him to
side.
do.
Rye,
They always
because
take
Rye
your
was
side.
the one
I
who was
love it, like-
literally whacking me like 2 seconds ago, and I was the attacked. Don't make yourself the victim.
So when you're like, hey,
Back,
you
damn
could do this non-lethally, you're like, no, I'm gonna do this lethally.
Oh,
and then
I
what's his
am
name's
for
like,
sure.
I'm gonna burn his fucking face. Like, do you guys never have a cursed item in your group? You got Jesus Christ, I'm your friend for crying out. I'm your your companion.
We also
are you my friend?
We also
Tell me
we also
you're my
have to,
friend on your turn.
we have at least we have to acknowledge.
You're racist.
We
Someone
have
just
to
called
be
you
your
Karen.
we have to acknowledge that Eli
Goblins.
has been looking for a reason to, one, remind himself of his prowess, but two, I think he's been looking for an opportunity to fuck
Just
Rye
to beat
up.
the fuck out of just to beat the fuck out of
I feel like he's just constantly like, this guy's constantly undermining me. He's always got
And
something to
Never
say.
done
Rise the
anything
evil
evil
one.
in front of me before.
And Rise the evil one, right?
Look, the only
Yes.
reason, look, I called it out because
Like, we
I
can
wasn't.
prove that.
The reason I questioned it because I
scientifically.
already saw your arm get like noodled by.
So
by
he's holding, right? He's holding his action.
Right.
That's why I wasn't like.
God told me you were evil twice when I detected evil. He was
He
like,
also
"That guy's
told you
evil."
not to kill me.
Well, did I kill
I'm
you yet?
feeling a little
He
bit
said
of
you
a
would be
little
used-
You
gaslit
attacked
here.
not wait, okay, actually, I gotta say, Bub,
Yes.
is there no punishment from Torog for him to attack me choosing lethal attack over non-lethal when his god has told
I
him
could have
not
gone
to
for
kill
the
me?
head. I went for your
You could
arm.
have gone for the head.
You should have
That's
gone
what
for
I'm
the
saying.
head.
There may be a punishment, but it's not something to be seen at this particular moment. It'll occur.
He powered
Okay,
me up.
that's
He was like,
fine.
"Here you go, bud."
Yeah,
that's the thing
I
about
thought you were
paladins, right?
going non-lethal.
The power that
You
comes
could have killed me.
the power that comes from the gods, it's like it's an extension of trust. It's like, here you go, friend, here you go, I'm passing this buck to you. It's whatever you want to do, and I'm only going to cast judgment after the deed is
I
done.
saved your life twice now.
It's true. For what it's worth, he definitely sucked poison out of your body, a lot of poison.
Oh my lord. Oh my lord.
Look, the point is, we're all safe. No one got hurt.
Are we though?
Temerity, cast a spell. Temerity, go ahead and cast your spell upon yourself.
You know what? I don't have one. I thought
Oh,
I did.
okay.
I can bring so I can do one of two things. I have virtue, which gives like, oh shit, it's like a 1 hit point shit spell, right? Which I mean I could do, I guess. But then I also have rebuke death, but I have to be below 0. So
Gotcha.
someone has to be below 0 for me to
Sure.
use it. Other than that, all I can do is hurt people. And
Right.
read things.
Riot, is your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask my friends why they're beating the shit out of me. That's what I'm gonna do.
I mean,
I'm gonna
let's
be like,
hear it.
Hey everyone, why are you beating the shit out of me?
When he says that, I'm just gonna take my shield and kind of tilt it down a little bit and go, seriously?
You just
Why are you beating the shit out of Temerity?
attacked Temerity.
I'm looking around confused. I'm looking around confused because clearly I was cursed. This isn't something I would just bash the woman I'm trying to fuck. I mean, Jesus.
I mean, I like it rough,
wow,
but not this rough.
None of your
What
brain
happened?
cells could hold hands long enough for you to figure out that I'm cursed.
No,
I'm
we
gonna
know
try
you're
to blow
cursed.
that
I was
pipe
cursed. The
again.
mystery is solved. I was cursed.
How
I didn't do
far
this
are
on
you
my
going
own.
as Rye here and as Ello? Just trying to figure it out.
Oh, I'm taking all this as Rye. he gets this. This is all he gets this evil.
Fuck, man.
We have just turned into our characters at this point. That's really where we're at.
Oh man. Okay. Hold on. Let me reel it back
Tripp,
in. Let
you
me
see
reel it
Tripp
back.
like trembling, like when you start asking questions, and like you just see him get like, like you just see him like just get really mad, and he's like he shoves you like as hard as like a kid could shove you, but
Aw.
he like shoves you like once, and then like when you kind of like stumble back a little bit, like he just like keeps doing
What
it,
was
and then
the
like
thing I did? That was so wrong.
he just
I
throws
picked up a
he throws a
weapon.
torch to the floor, and he just walks out. He
You
just
didn't
walks out.
listen to Eli.
Okay, well then you know what? You guys can log this group around. And when
Oz
you
is
make
still
mistakes,
really
I'll judge you.
confused.
Yeah, I'm gonna paint the scene real fast, okay? We just witnessed everything that's gone down. In that last remaining moment, the shield lowers, and Temerity gives this very like dry glance at Riot. Hey guys, why are you beating the shit out of me? feeling this numbness in his arm from the shoulder down. It's this ringing pain. You can move your finger. You can see that your fingers can move to the response. You're like glancing down, but you have very limited motor control over it. And without a heal check, you have no idea the length of the damage. But it hurts. It's going to leave some serious
I check
bruising.
my arm. I do a heal check because I just try to move it, I guess.
Sure. As you're glancing down at your arm, trying to discern what exactly has happened, Perrin just shoves you with everything that he has. And admittedly, it's not a lot. He shoves you, you kind of move back a little bit. You're surprised by this. He drops the torch, but with everything that he has, is enough to kind of send his back into the bookshelf before he just puffs with exasperation, walks out of the room. Oz, befuddled beyond belief. You hear the woo, right? And Torvin is, beyond all others, probably the shittiest person in the room. Eli, a sentinel. Realizing what he's done, he has no shame in the actions. I think he was honestly looking forward to another swing.
Absolutely.
Nobody could have held their punches a little bit. I mean,
You're still
it's clearly
standing,
a
aren't you?
cursed. It's clearly a cursed item.
Oh, I swear.
Over at what he saw got kicked. Now that I see the weapon that's on the ground, do I recognize it at all?
The weapon that's on the ground?
Yeah, that
You can
they
see
kicked away.
you can see some of the things that are on the ground, and it's going to spark all kinds of notes of things that you've read, that you've discovered. It's a blacksmith's hammer. There's also a bloodied hand axe. There's a bag of holy symbols. There's a flute.
Oz has an oh moment when he sees all this.
Well, why'd you go pick that up?
I told him not to touch anything, but he's the treasure hunter, right?
Well, to be fair.
No, there's no fair here.
So what? Who's gonna pick up the next item then? You guys are acting like a bunch of fucking unprofessional amateurs. Yes,
just
it was a
tried
cursed
to
item.
kill somebody.
Enough out of you, Torvin. I've heard enough
So-
of your blathering today.
I'm gonna stand up
Blathering.
Yeah,
and I'm
blathering.
gonna walk up to Rye while he's saying this and slap him.
Make an attack. It's non-lethal, so I'm gonna just make an unarmed attack essentially, and I'll pull back the rolls.
Oh, where was it?
While that's happening, Oz is like pulling out the wand
Where's
and
my
is like,
attack?
maybe I should leave this here.
Not melee.
And
Or
Oz
shoot
just
everybody.
puts the wand like on one of the shelves, like as if he never picked it up.
Oh, I think we
Is
ran
it
out of
melee?
space because you have like you're a fucking walking arsenal, and we were running out of space to put your attacks. So it's for you. It's gonna be a D20 plus your strength modifier plus your base attack bonus.
D20
Yeah, there was a wand earlier that
plus attack modifier.
someone gave me.
Modifier.
So
It's gonna be
Oz
two.
is
What is? I don't know what your strength modifier is. I think it's either 2 or 3.
3.
Okay, so roll a D20 plus 5.
Oh shit! I didn't mean to slap him that hard.
And in this case, because you aren't proficient, automatically your attack is going to do non-lethal damage.
Right.
Um,
Well, I'm not trying to hurt him.
It's a
I'm just
D4.
trying to. I'm just a little like.
sure, roll a D4 for me. Maximum non-lethal.
Oh my god.
It's fair.
She catches you.
Holy
It is
shit.
the palm of reason.
Then
You
go
glance
slap.
up, and Temerity, still with blood freely flowing down her face, freely flowing at this point, like masking every part of her person. It seems to be coagulating at the crest of the hairline. She's upset, but it's at a very different level. You know that she could have swung one of a myriad of weapons at you, but this came with emotion, with purpose. You've been slapped.
You've been slapped.
You've been slapped.
You've
You've
been
been
slapped.
Still not entirely sure what I've done to deserve all this.
It dawns on everybody at that point. He realizes it was cursed, but he has no idea what the fuck has happened.
If you could hold your beatings on your friend for 2 seconds and explain it to him, that'd be great.
I mean, you're looking at what you did.
I look and see
Well, I
the
don't
blood,
think he meant
obviously.
to. Like y'all said, something weird happened when he
Slap
grabbed
him.
that weapon, right? Makes sense. Maybe all all the prisoners that did those bad things, they weren't really meaning to. It was because these weapons.
Can't be trusted. He's evil. I've been telling you this the
No,
whole time.
I
I've
don't think-
tried to stop him, and he just goes off and does whatever he wants with disregard for the safety of the entire group.
I don't know that.
Okay,
I
right.
would-
Okay, I'll say. Right here's this, and right comes back because we haven't been dealing with hauntings and possessions this entire time. Like it's outrageous that one of us would be possessed somehow. Is this how you respond when a friend's in trouble? I hit her, but I was just as much in trouble.
She was in trouble.
We both were.
How are you responding to it now?
Rye looks at everybody like they're fucking nuts. And, Rye is just like...
Your recollection of those moments were sort of lost.
Fuck you guys.
You don't know. You don't really know what's happened.
Had your back.
Rye just starts heading towards the door. His arm's like unusable. He has no idea what's going on. He is starting to put together that he's possessed a little bit, but he's like real fucked up. So he just starts heading out.
Possession's like pregnancy. There really isn't a little bit. You either are or you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but Rice traveled with people before. Like, he's pretty used to these sort of situations. He expects like for you guys to be as careful as he is with you guys when you guys are going through that shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like it seems like you guys, like he comes out of his shit and it's like,
hey, don't put us
he has
all in
half a fucking arm and shit, and this guy's telling everybody that I'm evil, and it's a very uncharitable look towards Rye, and he doesn't feel like he deserves it.
Torvin.
And getting slapped, he's just like, well,
in front of someone who you find attractive to some way, and they're covered in blood that you've done, and you're figuring that one out.
Torvin, you replay those moments. It was a swift 6 to 9 seconds, right? Very, very fast. You remember what you said. You remember all of the actions that were taken. The only hostile actions that were taken were between Eli and Rye. Rye struck twice Temerity. Eli, who has exhibited multiple times that he's incredibly strong, took the only realistic and authentic blow. He drove his hammer over the shoulder. Now, admittedly, he could have gone for the head. He could have gone for something a bit more fatal. You're not sure if this was mercy or if this was to prove a point.
It was both.
But while you are what you are, you know what a paladin does. And you know that he called for retributive aid, that he called for deitic purpose. He smited, and it worked, which only proves the point further that Rye is in fact evil. But was it necessary, is a question that you almost keep pondering. Was it necessary to go that hard? Because Rye's right. It could have killed him. It could have. But at the same time, merciful blow, it was to the shoulder. And a shoulder can be mended.
I think he gave mercy.
Okay.
I think he moved the hammer to the other side.
Oh, this isn't...
chose mercy.
This isn't me asking you what you think. It's me helping you understand and realize in that moment that sure, Rye is in the wrong for doing what he did. He should have listened and not picked it up. But at the same time, did Eli have to go that hard? That's the question that seems to kind of linger. Did he have to do that?
I get that.
I mean, you witnessed him pick up a coffin with a body in it alone.
Each of you took your turn trying to stop him. Each of you couldn't. I did what had to be done. He's alive. The boy is alive. And Temerity is alive. Now, he may not be able to use his arm, but that's all that really matters. And I'm not going to sit here while he doesn't listen to me.
I punch Eli with my good arm.
You're not even near me. You
I just walked up. I just walked up.
He can hear you saying these things. It's almost like a defense. Like it's your own defense. You're defending your actions, right? And you don't need to roll, right? There's enough light in the room. You can see him immediately walk up. He's kind of shouldering that dominant arm, and he's gonna offhand strike you.
Can I try to like diplomacy to chill these guys out a little bit?
Please do. I'm open to anything. I'm just going with what's happening.
Oz is just like watching this argument and confused, and now he understands. Like, okay, there's like these weapons. clearly something bad has happened. Oz is now thinking that like the enemy or these bad guys who did all these horrible like serial killings maybe weren't really at fault either. Maybe it was these weapons, these cursed weapons. And he's like, hold on, stop. Why are we fighting each other? Isn't that what they're gonna want from us? We're supposed to be here to help other people. Maybe the whole point of this is that all of those awful stories and the things and the murders that happened, well, maybe they weren't their faults either. Maybe it was these things. And Oz is like pointing to like the weapons that are kind of all over. And he's like,
clearly it's the weapon. I warned him.
Give me a diplomacy. This is a difficult check. It is a very high energy situation.
Wait, hold on. Just out of character. You're saying clearly it was the weapon now, but before you were arguing that it was me and I'm the
Oz
evil
never
one.
argued that.
I told you not to touch the weapons or to take them, and you disregarded my warnings.
I know.
Things.
Yeah, no, I get that. What I'm saying is that once that was all over, right? You were trying to convince everybody, and you were saying, "This is who he is. He's evil." So it's kind of weird that you would acknowledge that the hammer is what possessed me, and that I made a mistake of picking it up. But you're also
I've been
saying,
waiting for you to exhibit your evil in front of me.
Yeah, it's not A or B. It can be both.
I need everybody to see this. Maggie just rolled a critical fail into a critical success.
Sounds about right. I'm either all in or all out.
All right.
I know, I was so sad. I was like, I'm using my reroll.
An 8 is not enough by a long shot, but 27 is enough to even shift unlikely bedfellows and non-allies to a non-hostile position.
I apologize for striking you, right? Oz is right, but you could still be hitting Temerity right now if I had knocked that weapon out of your hand. So something had to be done.
That's when it hits you.
And it may have been drastic, but it was the only solution.
I was kind of watching this happen too. Can I come to like same conclusion as Torvin did? That like, if I roll like a sense motive or something.
To determine what exactly?
That Eli used more force than he needed.
I mean, yeah, I would say that arguably you were the most
held him down.
You were the most socially perceptive individual of the group. The likelihood is very high that you would notice. I'm not going to give you a roll. Like you are
I have a +8 to my rolls.
very emotionally intuitive, and you've known that.
I was trying to take his arm out.
Exactly.
That's what I didn't want to swing too lightly.
And
I'd rather overswing than underswing.
That's when someone has finally delivered that information to you. This is the first that someone has finally said, you swung the hammer multiple times, striking Temerity. This is the first that someone has said anything of this to you. And it dawns on you. That blood on her face, that is by your hand.
Listen, I'm truly sorry that I attacked you. I attacked anybody. It wasn't me. That's what I don't understand is Eli's trying to make it out that I did this on my own free will or that I'm evil or whatever he's on about.
I'm going to pipe up. I know you didn't do it on purpose, but we're trying to make you understand that your hands did it, whether your mind had any choice in that at all.
I couldn't stop you.
We're not going to be able to stop any possession in here. Don't you guys get where we're at? You think that's the only cursed weapon in this place?
No.
I think that's the last time somebody's going to... But it doesn't matter. That's the thing you don't understand. We're in a place of evil.
All understanding it now.
Why is everybody talking over me? You guys aren't even listening to me.
How's that feel?
You're out of your depth. We all are. We're going to make mistakes. We don't need to drop the hammer on everybody who does them, especially if they're trying to lead the way. So you go ahead. You take lead, big man. You show us how to get through these doors and through these traps and making sure nothing's falling on our heads or beasts coming through the fucking walls. You do it. You do it. And when you make a mistake,
you have to have followers.
No, I'm not done.
I'm
not done. And when you make a mistake, I'm going to be there. And I'm going to show you as much grace as you showed me.
Now,
ready.
come on. Guys, we need to do this together. There's no way we're going to do this with one person leaving.
Do this together?
Tripp.
The most damage I've taken in this whole place is from Eli.
I tried to do this together. I tried to set ground rules. I said, stay within 10 feet of me. Let's stay near Peverin so that we can be as close as possible.
Well, now you're
Let's
in
check
charge.
one door
Wait,
at a
where-
time.
Where
Well,
is
now
Pev-
you're in charge, big man. You go
Shut
Shut
ahead.
in
up,
charge,
y'all.
you
Where
told me to
is
take point.
Peverin? And Oz kind of looks around and notices that Peverin's not around, and he's gonna freak out and start. He's gonna leave you all to go look for Peverin.
Tripp, you can hear the arguments. It's escalating in volume. The sheer decibels is enough to alert literally anyone, including the dead, that there is something happening on the first floor of the prison. But all while this is happening, all this is occurring, you're minding your own, realizing that, I mean, they're all right. They all have valid points in their argument. They're all still allies. But that's when that voice hits you again, one that you are all too familiar with. I think they're winning. The ghosts, I mean. That's what they wanted to do, right? They want to make us mad. You guys, all of you, they want to make you mad.
I just... there isn't anything I can do with them right now. Everyone has their own agenda, and, well, other than us trying to fix this situation, each one has their own, and I just I even reacted without even thinking about it. I put you in harm's way, and your father would kill me if I could die again, but
That doesn't seem so weird, though. And hear it. It feels like... I think you can die again in here. With you in here, I can feel what you feel, and it feels cold. It feels alone, and I don't like it. I don't like to be here. But if you're so worried about Mr. Rye, then apologize. Say you're sorry. It might go a long way. They might need it. That's what my dad always said. Apologize when you need to. Even if it's not your fault, sometimes you have to swallow. It's not good for everything, but bigger men can push it down. And they're scared. And they're worried, right? Yeah, you're scared. You're worried. I'm scared for you. And for them. They don't need to be here. They're only supposed to help Miss Kendra. But they can... We should leave. And then you're left with silence.
Is this when I come out?
Yeah. You rush around the corner. You can hear the padding of your feet as you kind of like dabble around. And you see
I'm
him.
looking around.
He's nestled his back against the bars on the opposite side. He's curled up. Not quite fetal position, but he's got his knees drawn really tight into his chest. And he looks
Do I
like
have to go
a
all the
kid.
way around to get to him?
I mean, you could technically reach through. You could tap him. You could speak to him.
Keep that change, you
Oswald,
filthy
when he's
animal.
here, go, oh, you're all right. Are you all right? And he'll make his way around.
sorry that I ran off. It's just... it's a lot to take in for us. And it seems like I had an idea to help out, and it's this sudden realization that I'm still stuck like this. I endangered Peverin, and I didn't even think twice about it. It just felt like if I was here and in the spur of the moment of it all. Stupid time to feel alive, wouldn't you say? And he kind of just gives like a weak smile.
Well, if ever there was a time, now is the time. It's okay. But you should try to stay close to us. What if something happened out here and they were all yelling at each other? I don't really even see what happened.
Look what happened to sticking close over there.
Well, that's not your fault.
I know, but either way, it's... I don't even know what I'm doing.
Oz leans in and he's like, I don't think any of us know what we're doing. I mean, he just points in the direction of the room of people yelling at each other.
I get that, but look at my situation. I'm possessing a child with no memories of who I am other than these slight feelings. Things. I don't even know how I know I can use these. I don't know how I know how to use daggers. I don't know that how well it is to see that being in that corner specifically over there would be the best vantage point from hiding from others. I know for a fact that if I had several days time that I could whittle down the bars of at least 3 of these to slide through. It's frustrating, and then on top of that, I know I'm a coward. Good man or not, I know that I'm a coward, and my recklessness takes over, and even when it does, I can't do anything.
Even the strongest of people can be cowards sometimes. Nothing to be ashamed of. Sometimes running away is the best option you have available. I'm thankful you're here, if that matters. You've helped us a lot. And this is a strange circumstance, that's for sure. As he points at you being in a small child's body. But there could be worse people doing what you're doing.
There are worse people.
Exactly. And so, you just have to hold that close to your heart.
Yeah. Second lecture in just a couple of moments. That was a lot.
Sorry. I don't know if the lecture in there is the one that we want to hear, but we should probably get them to hush down before.
I didn't hear anything that they were saying I'm talking about, and he kind of points to his head.
Oh. Can Pevrin hear us? Hi, Pevrin.
Give me a second. He fades back to let Pevrin say hello.
Pevrin comes forward and you can you can see the demeanor of the child sort of take through, where he was once sort of loosely sitting, the knees up to the chest. This time the arms tighten up very much so, and he looks around. Hands come up, and he spins almost like a prisoner behind the bars. He says, "I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here."
I'm sorry, but if we don't take you with us, well, you might be in even more danger.
And he
Oswald
pulls himself back. He immediately releases. You see Pevrin's body sort of fall limp for a second before, Tripp, you're forced back into the pilot's seat.
And in that process, Oz is going in to hug him to reassure him.
Sure.
Then he's hugging Tripp.
And
It's awkward.
He just gives him a hug back. He's like, "Thank you, Master Oz."
Oh.
Yeah, he didn't want to be out here.
Yeah. I'm worried about him. We need to hurry up.
Are they still yelling in the other room?
They're probably still.
We're making out now.
Rye is.
Making out. I mean, there's fanfic for it in
Still
chat.
here for it.
They're all cuddling this time.
Getting fingered.
Damn!
Wow, that escalated quickly.
Wowzers! Okay.
Tripp will give Oz a pat on the shoulder, and he'll actually go and initiate a hug on his end.
Usually I do the fingering before the hammering.
Makes sense.
God.
Gotta work out that spot, I suppose. Sounds good. You
but yeah, we'll head back.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna walk back together.
As they're like coming in, Rye's probably going out, like saying how he's useless to him now because of his arm. You know, he's pretty much pissed. He's about out of here.
Okay.
As Tripp walks in, he'll approach Rye. See that the torch is still
more or
on the
less
floor and-
are coming like basically at the same time at the door. You're meeting at the same time. Torch is there on the floor.
He picks it up and he looks at Rye. I'm sorry that I pushed you. It wasn't right to do what I did. You deserve better than that.
Yeah, well, so to my shoulder. I hope he treats you better when you get possessed. And with that, Rye moves past him.
I think he already is possessed.
Sis.
I don't think that's possible, at least not to my knowledge. But
Rye's like not listening to the
Sure.
explanation.
You
He's like
you push past. You push past. Where would you like to go?
Yeah, Rye is literally leave. He's literally leaving. Like his arm's fucking busted. Like his whole arm is busted. He's gonna go back to Jamenda. Is where he's gonna go.
Okay. All right. Then you're going to leave the grounds. You know that you have protection, at least for the time being, as you exit this place. Once you hit the iron gates in the grounds, the protection is gone.
Yeah, I mean, Rye's useless right now. Like he's been rendered. I mean, there's nothing I can do with a
Would you
broken
like me to
main
take
arm.
a look at your arm?
I mean, at any point that may have been an option, but Rye's heading for the gate right now. So if you want to catch up to him,
Yeah, I mean, that's still there. You guys know,
I mean,
like,
I'm gonna turn my attention to Temerity and try to heal her first.
I think
I
Oz
would-
is gonna follow Rye.
I
Oz looks at Peverin and is like,
He
"You gonna
won't
stick
listen
with
to
them or
me.
are you gonna come with me?"
I'll go with you, and
Alright.
he'll
Then
chase
the-
after
We're
Rye.
gonna follow.
then the party authentically splits in the middle of the crawl.
Yes. Which we
That's-
haven't really gotten that far in.
That's
Yeah,
where the
yeah.
danger. This is where danger happens, right here.
I would actually
I say words.
shoo
Words.
Eli, like, hey, like I'm good for the moment. We need him.
For what?
My God! And people thought he and I should kiss. Okay, so for a lot of things.
It's only gotten in our way so far.
I don't know about that. I feel like more of us in here is better than less. Can you?
If he wants me to lead so bad, he better get used to following, because it doesn't work the other way.
He can't follow if he leaves.
What am I
Torvin,
supposed to do?
you're
Save his
standing.
life again and have him be mad at me for a third time?
You're standing right there. You're hearing this conversation break down. You guys can keep going. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
What are you
Pretty
doing?
much.
That's number 2 on my count.
Pretty much sitting close to that hammer and just watching it and make sure no one else gets it.
Sure.
I don't know what I have to do to earn your trust. I pulled this one out of a river with a grappling hook. I've saved Rye twice despite our differences. I've tried to work together. He doesn't listen to my opinions. I said, don't touch the items. I said, let me take point when we open doors. And he's wandering around like it's a fucking playground. This is our lives on the line, the lives of the whole town. I'm not here to mess around or to get rich.
I don't know that he's here for either of those reasons, but he's here for a reason.
Yeah, and I'm starting to think it's to get us all killed.
He's had ample opportunity to do that in much more creative and better ways.
Look, maybe I could have hit him with baby gloves, but there was a child standing between you and him, and I just had watched him
Torvin chimes
strike
in.
you in the head twice.
This is the first Torvin has really said since the eliciting of the argument breaking out. Torvin, say that again for me, please.
He would have taken another blow. You don't understand that, lad. He became him. We would all die. He would not have stopped.
He took 3 swings, and I watched each of you try to stop him and fail before I took action, and I ended it in 1 blow. I wasn't gonna chance missing.
I do. But do you notice how he always makes it about him? His anger, his ability.
He was more concerned for his own well-being than Temerity, who he had just bloodied.
This conversation is happening, and while this is occurring, though you're trailing pretty far behind at this point, you're giving him his space. Oz and Pevrin, Tripp, you both come to the agreement to follow after. But as this is happening, you hear this part of the conversation, and not only do you hear it, but so does Pevrin. And that voice inside was, maybe it's because no one's made it about him before. He has to make it about him, because no one else has made it about him.
Share that with me.
Yeah, I would kind of like slow down.
We already made it about him,
and I would let Oz know. Pevrin has a point. He says that it seems that no one's ever made it about him before, and thinking about it, he's right.
Well,
I mean,
I've tried before, but well, we can try again.
We can. And then Pevrin like picks up his pace and
Oz, I was literally just gonna say Oz starts picking up his pace.
Yeah, we start running towards Rye.
Sure.
Yeah, I would imagine I'm like halfway across.
Chonkiness.
Sure. You're not jogging, but you're moving quickly. You're walking fast. It's very steadfast with your move. And you hear the wooden doors swing open again, I don't know, probably 10 or so seconds after you've left. You're pacing the grounds, making your way to the gate. You know exactly where you're going.
Yeah.
Do you glance back at all?
Not really, no.
Okay. Fuck it, we'll call out some. Rye, Master Rye. And he would start like...
You hear the voice of Oz.
I would start like kind of like...
You hear the dual tone voice of Pevrin and Tripp. The voice is getting louder.
I turn around. I mean, my arm is all fucked up and shit. I'm just kind of like standing there looking like a fucking zombie or something. But
sure.
I turn around.
Oz can't breathe now.
He's very much out of breath.
He's trying to fucking kill me. He's trying to kill me is what he's trying to do.
I don't know if he's trying to kill you, but we're all gonna die.
I'm like pointing at
you
my
don't
arm.
Stay.
Let's
I tried to lead the group, but apparently, you know, I'm just fucking up too much. So why don't you go back to Eli? Why don't you follow him and see how long you fucking last? It won't be very long, trust me.
That's why we're coming to get you.
Yeah, we want you to be here.
I can't travel with people that are trying to kill me when I make a mistake. All right? He's more dangerous than the rest of the fucking place.
I'm sure.
Am I wrong?
We can come to an agreement. He's helped us a lot. He saved your life. And you've saved ours.
Yeah. Seems everyone only remembers when my life gets saved.
That's not true. Like I
said,
you've saved us too.
I wouldn't have had the means to stop one of the ghosts back at the storehouse or the church.
Do you two really think that we're going to get through this place without somebody stepping on a plate? It's going to send an arrow flying through the air and kill one of you, or rock falls from the fucking ceiling, or we grab a cursed hammer and hit our friends with it. This place is fucking cursed.
Well,
If it wasn't me, it would have been somebody else.
I wasn't thinking about those things until now.
Tripp, give me a will save.
But,
I'm gonna kill Rye.
but,
No, you're not gonna kill Rye.
but you're right. It's gonna be dangerous. But it's gonna be more dangerous if you're not there with us.
So if a friend does step on a plate, send an arrow flying and gets one of us killed, or a rock falls, or whatever the fuck happens in there, it's going to be that person's fault, right? The person in front leading the group.
Tripp, this is an even or an odd in your favor, unless you would like to just pass this along. Peverin is attempting to reassert control.
Let him reassert control. I would not fight that. It's his body.
Sure.
It's his body.
And it's a visible shake, right? Like, because Tripp carries himself a certain way. He moves as a very lithe and ambidextrous figure. Peverin leads with his right side. He's a strong rider, and his hand seems to innocuously move forward a lot. And you see the shift from this like lithe stance of like what you would see from a swimmer to a boy with his hand kind of moved up forward and the left arm supporting the other. And when he talks, it's not sheepish as normal. This time he kind of barks out. His response is to what you said. Do you think that we're going to hit a trap or a noose or something is going to come into our step? Do you think that we're going to get out? And he responds with, no, but we can't if we're separate. Right? We're stronger together than not. Isn't this what they would want? That's what I would want if I was a bad guy. I would try to separate. You can't defend yourself if there's not someone there to watch you all around. Right? Well, I'm not strong enough to do it alone. That's right. I know you're mad. I would be too. And I can look at your arm. I helped Dad when he burned himself. I would help. I would care for. And I can help with your arm. You moving your fingers. I saw it. I mean, it's just not totally bad. It's fixable.
I don't think you want me checking your arm. Last time I checked someone's eye, it got worse.
Rye, when Peverin speaks up, Rye obviously is reminded of his promise to Zokar, which is only making him more angry. Have you guys ever seen like Deadwood? Have you guys ever seen Deadwood? You know how angry Bullet gets, Timothy Olyphant, like how it looks like it's like hurting him.
Yeah.
Like when he's like he's just so mad, but he's trying to keep it in. That's kind of like Rye right now. He's like fuming, right? Because like from Rye's perspective, he's explored places before, right? He is older, I think, than the rest of the group. Well, maybe not
Torvin,
but like
everyone else, I would say this.
Yeah, he's got some experience. So it's like for him, I guess he just sort of, this is the first time they dove into a dungeon together. He just expects a certain demeanor about things. Like he expects everyone here to understand that we're going to be running into all sorts of shit down here and we can't play the blame game, right? But it seems like like he fell into a trap, or
of course,
picked up, obviously his curse hammer. So he's like, and like he was just the one that time. Like next time it's going to be somebody else. And are we going to treat them this way? That's the way
warned though.
Huh?
I warned you though, and you just ignored it.
Yeah,
so
but
how does that make Eli feel?
Yeah, I understand, but like I don't know.
You
how
never
it makes
listen. You never your opinion.
Yeah, but like, have you built that rapport with him to like at the point where like
I've been trying to earn Rye's respect literally the entire time.
Well, hit him with,
and I've saved your life. If I wanted to kill you, I didn't have to do that. Like,
yeah, but like that would have kind of made you evil then.
Eli's telling him not to pick things up in case
I didn't even tell him. I said maybe we shouldn't. I know you're more experienced, but
I'm the bounty hunter. I'm the treasure hunter. I'm experienced. You were the one. Does that ring a bell?
Correct. Yes, but like I guess what I'm trying to say is that from Rye's perspective, these mistakes are inevitable for anyone delving into these places.
But it's like me being like, hey, there might be a trap there, and you're like, where? Right here? And you like step on it, and you're like, oops.
No, I think
kind of like you're doing it just to spite me.
But here's the thing: is that you didn't know what would happen when I picked up that hammer. It was a guess.
But there was a possibility, and my job is to minimize bad possibilities from hindering the group. And the only person that has made that more difficult for me has been Rye. This is all out of character.
Well, Rye is going to be, if and when he comes back, is going to be fully okay with you leading the group. And I'm just telling you, you're not going to make every right choice. And as soon as you mess up,
I definitely think that he's accepted as such, that there's going to be a copious amount of failure moving forward. I think most of the issue is the selective warning, and then seeing Rye get upset at the lack of motivation and movement, and just being like, "Fuck it, I'll do it. Nobody else is doing it." I think that's where most of that
there was no discussion. There was just action.
Yeah,
you know,
but
it wasn't like, hey,
discussion,
what do you guys think?
At that same time, discussion was also yielding no response, right? I think that's part of it.
Well, correct. Yes. I had just raised to the group, what if we try to destroy them? And he starts grabbing them.
Like, even you know? Then, like from Rye's perspective, like he's always been someone that's life has been always like on the go as well. Like
yeah, it has been.
There's never been a situation, I think, at least from
and that's fine when there's not other people involved that are on the line.
But even then, like this is still new to him. Like this group is still new.
Yeah,
so
it's only been
that habit.
It's only been 8 days. It's only been 8 days. So like you've established some rapport to a degree, but there has been a constant butting of heads between Eli.
It's not even. But see, here's the thing: is like butting of heads is like understatement, right? Like you literally looked out at me and was like, "Kill him, he's evil." Like talking to your god and stuff. Like Rye is very reasonably like worried about
for sure, like, and that totally makes sense, right?
There's animosity,
but at the same time we have to see that Cobalt is playing authentically.
Oh yeah, sure. No. I don't want you guys to think that Ello
no, I'm not.
Right
I'm not.
No, I'm not. Like I'm explaining Rye's response to these things.
This is mostly an explanation to chat, and I feel like a lot of people are misnomering the situation. Eli is playing authentically, like Cobalt is playing authentically as Eli as he can. You got to realize, despite
I don't want to mess up Rye and fuck our dungeon chances over.
I want to say like 30, 32, 33 years old, something like that. He's been under the gristling, burning heat and thumbs of 3 elder dwarven brothers who have constantly been haranguing him to try to be the best dwarf that a human can be. And
I can never live up to that.
He can't. He cannot. Despite his best works, they will never quite be up to the masterwork of a 300-year-old dwarven blacksmith. It's just not possible unless he's been blessed, in which case he heralded a call. And that's something that the dwarves did see. They saw this and they forgave him as such, but he's not, like, he's still very green. He's green behind the ears, man. He's brand new. Adventuring is not something he's a part of. He literally had to like drum up and make his own adventuring kit to come out here. So he has no idea what's going to happen. And when you give the man
a choice between a child guarding someone who's just been struck by a person that he has detected as evil, that he's already spared, it's an easy decision for him. I'm going to save the child and the wounded Inquisitor.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
But I didn't try to kill him. I went for the shoulder. And I was just going to go for the head, but then in character, that's when I had to take a second and be like, okay, in character, he would not just outright try to kill him.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah, but you have to understand that your responses to Rye's possession was, in comparison to everyone else in the party, was more aggressive. I mean, Torvin had an opportunity to shoot me in the leg. And he didn't.
They all tried. I was last to go.
It was
I watched everybody fail.
No, but it's
not just that. But
you did it.
Yeah, like it's not just that though. But like Torvin also,
someone could have grappled him and then knocked his hand.
I'm not going to try to grapple him. I saw him grapple like 3 zombies earlier. Like I'm not going to.
That's true. You are a behemoth.
That's the thing, right? Like thinking of Rye's perceptions. Rye didn't see literally anyone else take a hostile action against him. It was all about disarming,
I'm not going to wrestle
putting him down. And and like that's the thing. You guys are both very competent and strong fighters, you have to take a lethal action more often than not to debilitate or prevent a fatality. And in this case, he currently has no use of his dominant arm, which, as a back alley brawler, makes him not only feel useless, but likely useless in a fight unless it gets repaired.
Yeah. So Rye will, you know, nod to Peverin, like, all right, I'll go back in. I don't know what you want me to do with this arm. I'm useless to the group now.
Well, Neil,
Peverin still has control. He's still asserted control at this point. Well, I can take a look at it, and well, Master Torvin, he's not a healer, but he knows how to splint, and I've seen the way he looks at bandages and things. He knows what he's doing, and I'm seeing things differently because I'm on the inside and I can't act, and you're letting them win. And he looks to both of you. That's what they want. You're letting them win.
I'm trying to stop it. Trying to get everyone to get back together. I didn't really
I know
see what
you're not
happened.
trying to do it, but it's what they do. I can hear them. I can hear them. I can hear everyone in there. It's like you're living their last days out over and over again, and they're laughing at you. That's what they want.
It's hard to stay focused when my own teammate is more dangerous than whatever ghosts and ghouls fucking inside that hellhole.
I understand.
I gotta trust the people that I'm traveling with. I gotta trust the people I'm adventuring with. That when things go bad, we don't all turn on each other.
Well, then let's have that conversation. Make sure everyone knows where we all stand.
Yeah, well, I know where everybody stands. Because even when I was back, people were still pushing me and slapping me. Fine, let's go back.
Well, it was kind of scary. I didn't really see everything that happened.
I don't know what to tell you, but this whole fucking thing is scary.
That's nuts.
Anyways, I follow Peverin back in if he wants to go back in.
Peverin, someone, I'm going to take some story narrative here. Someone in chat is trying to heal. They want to cast a divine healing on you from chat, which they can with the power of reputation. Rep is something that is earned here by sitting. You guys can do that by spending it on the table. Just look at the table. Let a mod know. A mod will take your rep, and I'm going to take some narrative here. And in this case, Peverin reaches out to your arm very uncharacteristically. And where before you're used to seeing that blackened haze that seems to lurk over his face, and you recognize that as Tripp taking over, there's a brief, faint glow as his hand touches your upper arm. And you heal. You're going to heal 2d8 plus 1.
Ooh.
Thanks, chat.
That's nice.
That's so sweet of you.
Words mutter from his lips, of which you are not familiar. But what you can hear at the very end is a blessing of Pharasma's grace. So let's see what you get. Heal up 7.
That was so low.
It was low.
God.
It was low, but that's what
Could have been
happens
worse.
when you're a...
So, okay, I got the hit points back, but what about my arm? Is my arm still...
Sloth did a... Okay, so Sloth paid for a critical. All right, so negate that. We're going to roll off of the critical table. And I'm only going to make it +1 because I'm functionally allowing him temporary access to the cleric table as a first level cleric.
So Shifty Shylock, we've been role playing hard the whole time.
27. You heal the fool, and more so when it hits that tear in the cuff, that you've been feeling in that arm mends. There's a bright, brilliant pain before you hear that snap and your shoulder pops back into place from its dislocation. And it's a little sore. It's a little sore, but you have full control, motor movement over your hand.
Rye looks at Peverin like, Son, if you could have done that before, why didn't you?
I don't know. And as soon as he says that, he starts to fall, and Tripp takes back over, reasserting his body back up to a standing position.
Wow.
See Tripp like back up. He's like, forgiven. I don't think we need to be that intimate with our forgiveness. Excuse me.
Raya's really surprised right now. Like Raya's like, what?
Oz's eyes are a little more bulgy than normal.
Well, let's go.
Are we not gonna talk about what just happened?
With what?
His arm.
You have no idea what just happened. This is the first thing that, as recollection, that you can't remember has occurred, even you writing passenger.
I get down and do a few push-ups.
Like magic.
Feel really? Damn. I stand back up.
Tripp turns over to Oz. You mended his arm. What?
I didn't do that. You did it. Or Pevrin did it.
Maybe it was Torag. And he chuckles to himself.
You just see Tripp like
rolls
he just
one eye.
Actually,
I think we all walk forward with
Pepper
that.
does the gym face. He's all. They just keep walking. Let's get back in there.
I've broken a piece of the bookshelf off, and I'm whittling a hammer for Rye right now.
Okay. The three of you return. The conversation inside, I'm assuming it looks similar to what we last left off to. Unless you guys have other conversation that you would like to see to. Am I wrong?
Are we going back into the room?
Yeah, but there's going to be just a handful of moments where they still get to conversate. If there's something still they'd like to share.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gotcha.
Look, if I did anything wrong, just let me know. I waited for each of you to try, and then I acted. So next time, if that happens, should I hold back and have something maybe worse be the outcome? I don't know.
Yeah, there's no right answer here.
I'm not getting in a grappling contest with him.
No. All I know, the only thing I can add that I know is that this hammer has killed far more than this group. And if any of that was there inside of him, I don't know.
I'm gonna leave this room before there's any more temptation.
There is two pieces of info that you're aware of, Torvin. The first of which you realize that the hammer and Ibsen, Onyx Cudgel, while he was on his way to this particular gulag of Harrowstone, he was arrested on the charges of murder of 30 counts that were found. It was many years later that multiple bodies had been found with fragments of their skull missing. They attributed that to him, but never got an official count. Additionally, you haven't said anything about it, but you know that Ibsen only targeted women. Only.
Well, I'm gonna leave the room, and I trust both of you won't make the same mistake where I did and grab one of those cursed weapons. And I'm gonna go towards the doorway.
I won't say I'm not tempted. I am, but that's because I want to bring it to him. But I won't. No, I won't.
Smart man.
The sound of the doors opening and closing about 40 or 50 feet away at this point.
I'm a dwarf. This stings.
Hear it close again, and then the three come back. You hear the heavy steps of Rye, the lighter steps of Pevrin, and the padding of bald feet from the hobgoblin.
As we make our way in, Oz will say to them,
Look, I know there's been some disagreements here, but we all need to go into this together, well, with the same mindset. So, if something like that happens again, we all understand where we stand and what actions we need to take.
Well, I've got an idea. How about Eli lead? You go ahead, Eli. You're right. I was wrong. You go ahead.
Well,
You take point.
Are you talking to me now?
Yeah, we got together, right?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Oz was saying that to you all, and then he just followed up.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to, but if I'm going to, I'd like for us all to agree on a couple of ground rules before we continue then.
Name your terms.
You're the leader. Go ahead.
First off, everyone needs to stay within 10 feet of Pevrin and myself if possible, just because it offers our group more protection. That means no wandering off to take shits, no wandering off to other doors when we're about to breach other doors. I think that's the best for the group's safety, unless for some reason we get split up by a wall falling, for example, or something that we can't control. If it's under our control, we should move as a unit and be as efficient as possible. That being said...
Oz raises his hand.
Yes, Oz.
Well, isn't it a bad idea to be all so close and grouped up together? See, I've heard stories about, like, you know, traps with big explosions.
Don't question Eli. He knows exactly what he's doing. Let him lead.
Well, that's the kind of thinking I can get behind.
Oz rolls his eyes.
I just take my blood-soaked forehead and like run my hand back and forth across it.
One other thing I think is important. We shouldn't just go touching everything without discussing it if there's time. We should all weigh in our opinions. Now, I understand that sometimes you have to make quick decisions, and we'll just have to hope the chips fall in our favor in those circumstances.
And when they don't, because eventually they won't, will you be taking responsibility? If any of us die or maimed, or that's on you, right? You're leading the way now, right?
That's right. Just like I take responsibility for your arm and for stopping any more harm to the rest of the group.
You'll take responsibility for that later.
All right.
You're welcome to
calm
try.
down, you two.
As sexy as this is, what's our plan?
Well, I guess we should take a look at Rye's arm first and see if we can't do something about it.
Oh, my arm's fine.
Pevrin fixed it.
Torog healed it.
Or we can go with that, yeah.
Pevrin freezes in that moment. Tripp,
Oz looks at
you
Tripp.
have that hand up as if you wish to note exactly what's occurred, but in that moment, you can't move. You feel the strength of something that's almost apprehending you, puppeteering to a degree. You're the marionette. And you hear Pevrin inside. No. They stopped laughing. No, they're coming. The dwarf feels the hammer. He's coming.
Aye.
Then I guess we better be ready then. At least we got everyone here this time.
You say that, but nobody heard Pevrin's voice. They just saw you freeze in that moment.
So, boss, what are we going to do with all the weapons then? Just leave them there? All of them?
Xander, do you say anything to them about that?
Yeah, the moment I get out, I would turn over the group. They're coming.
Who's coming?
Well, owner of the hammer, owner of talisman, the book, the flute.
Probably know where they are now.
They're
One of them's been touched.
No, Pevrin said that they stopped laughing. They're not happy that we're together again.
I say we go back and use these blasting caps to bury the fuckers under rock so they can't be pulled out.
Yeah. Rock stopping ghosts. Good call.
I mean, if they can't move them.
No, get the blasting caps. Let's go. Let's do it.
It's more of an opinion for the group to weigh in on.
Maybe I can be healed though.
We can't carry them with us, so what other alternative
Oz will
is
offer
there?
you the cure moderate wounds.
Go for it.
potion that he has.
It's 2d8 plus 3.
That's the only thing I have.
Okay, you got it.
Before we go blowing things to smithereens, I
would
I'm
hand
happy
over
to listen.
one of my cure lights if you need it.
I'll start with the cure moderate. What is it? Roll D8. What'd you say? D8 plus. Someone paid for moderate.
Oh, did
I
they?
think.
Okay,
Yeah.
then if
Yeah,
that's the case,
Oh,
Oh, hold on, wait.
then save that potion.
okay. I will save the potion.
10. Heal 10.
Okay. 22. That's now I'm just 5 down.
Okay, it's a lot better. The
I'll
bruising is not going to go away. Especially like even for your arm, that blow that you took from the smite, that bruising is still going to stay. The hematoma it's going to take time to diffuse, but the wound itself. Remember, these are just like, it's like make believe, it's fantasy numbers. You're just filling the pool. If there's something that's like there's a leak in the craft, then it still bleeds out, right? So slashing is kind of the worst. It's the worst offender of losing consistent hit points with bleed. Bashing, not as much. So you're both mostly fine here, even if you're down some hit points.
I'll drop my last one on. Well, who's further away, or who's the closest to being capped at HP?
I think the only person who has lost or has any remaining hit points to be filled is Temerity.
Okay, then I'll drop the D8 cure light for her.
Okay, then this is your cure light potion.
I'll reroll that.
I figured you might.
Oz will say,
I will reroll that.
Wow. Okay.
oh my gosh.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, that's all we got.
That's
Heal
all right.
3 more.
That puts me
See?
to 25 out of 27. So
And so when you said the other heal was low, I was like, it could have been worse.
Could have been worse, yeah.
If I can find an opportunity to talk to Temerity alone, like the next opportunity, let me know when that is.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
We're
before
breaking the leader's rules.
Before
In regards to the comment about, or the question that Eli had about the what to do next, Oz will say, well, maybe we could touch these things with some kind of cloak or something and put them back where they came.
I think it's too late now that they've sensed them, but if you think hanging them back up on the wall is going to fix things,
No,
by all
they'll
means.
want them. They'll want them. He wants this. They're coming.
Well, another option is we set up defenses and have them come at us.
They are heading to us already. I just don't know how close they are.
See, this is a brilliant position. You guys are trying to figure out and coordinate the best plan of attack. But we have already bled over by a long shot. And this is where I'm going to call tonight's session.
No!
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I just got my akimbo AKs ready, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be easy.
Yeah, this is where I'm calling it tonight, so we can start back up strong again next week. Also, if for some reason we don't have everybody next week, I have an alternate game planned. It is a tabletop game. It's a testing experience just to see how you guys like it. You don't have to worry about building a character or anything like that. It is on the fly, and you'll get to see what it's like. But I hope we get to return to this because I had a blast tonight.
Yeah, man, things got so heated.
I was gonna say they got heated. I was like, oh my god.
But this is like typically what it looks like when you have a good and evil character in the group and they're aware of each other's good or evilness. You know, like usually if somebody rolls
It
an
took
evil
25
character,
epusodes for you guys to get to this point where you wanted to like step away from each other.
Well, technically it's only 8 days, but like, yeah, I get what
I
you
feel
mean.
like it's still a long time.
I feel like
so, yeah.
I feel like with these two, regardless of how, like, if they were to take these characters all the way to 20, the last episode would be the rest of the group watching these two fighting each other.
You know what this would be? No, you know what this
Straight
would be?
I'll always lose.
This would be exactly Cap and Iron Man's relationship, where they only say
Oh
good
my
things
gosh,
about each
yes.
other behind their backs.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude, the civil war fight would be what Tripp,
Like-
Oz, and
Cap just being
Ryan
like,
versus
the Earth
Temerity,
just
Torvin, and
after
fucking
Iron Man was gone, Cap says the Earth just lost its greatest defender, and then Iron Man saying to the guys like, listen, kid, if he wanted to knock you out, he would have done it, right? Like those are the kind of compliments that they're going to be having for each other by the time this is reaching its pinnacle or the end even.
And
the
who
penultimate.
knows who's
Yeah,
going to
that's
be on
pretty-
whose side at the
But
end, right?
they're both Tony.
They're
That's-
both Tony. It's so
they're
true.
both Tony.
Yeah.
Look,
'Cause
my
you-
character can die now, and I'm happy. So I got to smite Rye.
Because I think
We've
before
been
this
talking about it
episode,
forever.
Oh,
because I
that's a
think
little
before
light
this episode,
smite.
you would think that Temerity would have had Rise back in this and maybe been more
Yeah.
understanding of it, but she wasn't. So it's very
You got hit in
interesting.
the head with a hammer.
I know,
Yeah,
but like
that's why I got, like
he
Rye
didn't
got
need to do it, right? So
Yeah.
She was
It didn't
mostly
mean
trying
to
to
almost
slap
kill
him
you.
back into this week, right? Like it was less like I'm really mad at you. It was more like listen to what you're saying.
Yeah. That's the way I took it too. It's like,
Oh,
listen,
for sure.
listen.
I get that's where she's coming from.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
take it that way, right?
Well,
That's what I'm
because
saying. Like
yeah.
your relationship prior to today was different, or to that moment.
Rye's
you know?
not
It's interesting.
accustomed to being smacked around. You know, it's like
He doesn't like being
by,
touched.
by anyone. Yeah,
Rye's
he
never-
doesn't like being touched.
Rye's
Yeah,
never
exactly.
Rye's never really had a forward and strong woman in his life either.
That's true. That's very true.
Yep.
So yeah,
How
no, I
about
get
a
it.
forward and strong man? No, I'm just kidding.
Listen, there was a part of Rye that really enjoyed it. Okay, but in that moment,
I'll be right back.
you know,
He's gonna beat
in
his
that
bum.
moment,
Dude, I legit thought like straight combat was gonna like happen again, like right after that. I was like, these guys are gonna go fucking ham on each other.
I think they're
Well,
about to.
if you had stopped right there, that also might have happened.
I think it might have if it wasn't for like. I was
Oz.
like, can I diplomacy, please?
yeah, yeah.
you.
Oh,
I
Rye
just
would have took a
stopped
swing at
him.
him. Yeah.
That was a great roll. That was a necessary roll. Come
Damn.
here, puppy. Come here.
I was both excited and scared at the same time. I was like, oh my god, this is the greatest shit that's happening. I don't know what to fucking do.
Look, if I didn't have
Don't
the
hurt your
reroll,
hand on
though,
my scale mail.
if I didn't have that reroll though, I think they would have gone at it. I probably would have made it worse.
Eli saves
Yeah.
the whole group's life again, and Rye is a little angry about his shoulder hurting.
Oh my god.
Only a flesh
You
wound.
noob. I love it.
Same, dude. Like I said, like
I
this
knew
is-
he was gonna grab the weapons. You don't
This
think
is
I knew
the-
out of character?
This is the D&D I've honestly been waiting for like so fucking long. Like it's literally been so long since I've had like a good session like this.
I will say,
Yeah.
when I was at Disney, we had a talk with someone, and they were talking about D&D, and they're like, "Yeah, our games, it's usually, fighting over minute details." I'm like, "There's literally just two types of groups: regular D&D groups where you fight about like the little like roles in this, and then streamer D&D groups where you can't get them to stop creating their character.
It's the best.
Yeah,
It's really the two, and we're like, rolls, schmoles, whatever. We're doing this."
Oh yeah, it's the best.
No, fuck that natural 20. I don't care. I'm
Can
gonna
I
his ass
re-roll that
anyway.
Right. The 20, I know I could do it awesomely.
Can I
I just choose not
Just
to.
take a second. It is so much more exciting when you guys critically fail a roll. Because sure, in that moment
Oh,
you're like,
yeah.
fuck, right? But like in that moment, it's like the story just got so much cooler.
Oh
right?
yeah, when
Yeah.
people, I find that when people who are new to the game, like get really upset when they don't roll well. But I'm
Yeah.
like, no, just own it, because that's what makes your character
Yeah.
like really progress, and like where your flaws are actually where like the most
Even-
epic moments can come
Yep.
from.
Even
Yeah.
then, it's like a scar your character never had before suddenly shows up. Why? Because you failed a roll and you fucking went with it.
Right.
You didn't heal it up with
Yeah.
the fucking.
We can't
I
hear him now.
wanted to redo.
Just let
He's
it
still
stay.
talking. We couldn't hear him.
Right.
He's just smacking his own eye.
I slapped the thing out of his hand because I was like, I'm gonna use my rerolls here,
That was
and
great.
not later when I know I'm gonna need them in
Yeah.
combat, because I don't want them. I want to use them here. Like,
Yeah.
keep trying to slap it till
Yeah.
it's out.
That was a
I had
great
to
moment.
reroll my hit with both of mine, or it was,
This was-
not even
this
gonna
was-
land. So
I feel like this,
Thanks,
even
PHQD.
though it got resolved,
Yeah, man.
I would say
Appreciate
for
the rerolls.
now, I feel like this shit just made everything else escalate after the fact.
Oh yeah.
Like when this becomes when this situation becomes starts reaching its downward trend, it's immediately gonna shoot back up with, oh, that's right. You broke my fucking arm. I'm like, oh shit, that's right.
Oh, it's gonna be
I dislocated
like
it.
the
Okay.
family vacation where on the first day someone did something wrong, and for the next 6 days,
That's all you hear about.
Like, well, you know, so and so. It's
Yeah.
all we're gonna hear about.
Because you guys are like a fucked up family. It's great.
Rye was just vacation, like National Lampoon's Vacation. He stopped the car and was like,
Right?
fuck everything.
We're
Fuck
close.
this.
The moose outside should have told you.
Yeah, I love that scene in the rain where the rain's falling and he's just like, he completely fucking loses it. Like, just completely goes nuts.
Chad wants to know what it would have been like had he blown the pipes. I'm going to be completely transparent here. There's going to be opportunities and moments where they're going to have to use these instruments. They're not going to get a choice.
Oh, you hear that, Eli? Trying to bury him under? Oh,
that
yeah. Good call, Eli. Your first mistake.
Right? They can't meta
It was
right?
a
I'm not going to let them meta it.
diplomatic suggestion to the group to see what they thought was the
I want to
wisest
put
choice.
them back in the vault and close that vault up.
It's like the Disney
Listen,
vault.
Disney,
We
calm
can't
the
get
fuck
back
down.
to it,
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
These things they've just seen the light of a torch for the first time in 50 years. You guys have never been closer, one, to being free, or two, being destroyed. And I'm not talking about the items, I'm talking about the ghosts.
Yeah.
I just want to grind them up and snort them.
I'll be honest, that
Probably not a good idea.
sounds like I'm not a doctor, but this sounds like a terrible idea.
That's some weird Garovan, like, necromancy shit over there.
Well,
Why is the paladin taking all the evil objects and combining them with his body?
Well, if it looks
He's like,
right
I
now-
want this in my eye, up my nose.
Food
Like,
in the ear.
We took an X-ray. It looks like you have iron shavings in your nasal cavity. Don't know how that got there.
That good
Recheck
shit,
the
Peppered. Here,
character
have
sheet,
some.
because it doesn't say snort evil.
Yeah, no, you.
Oh,
But it
Yeah.
does it not?
This
Does
might
it say don't snort evil?
I mean,
Don't snort needle.
Yes,
Oh,
only
ooh.
don't snort needles. I mean,
Yeah.
please
Don't
don't.
snort needles.
But I
I
mean,
don't wanna
don't
think of that.
snort evil.
hell
To
no.
snort or not to snort?
I don't know. I think you had it right the first time. Don't snort needles.
That's a really interesting way of removing evil from the world is by crushing it up and snorting it and just
Can we smoke this?
yeah. Who knows? Maybe Gorovin's wife is actually a really terrible
He's got
person,
one
and
of
that's what
those
he's doing.
rings that pops up, and he's got like a little evil powder in
Yeah.
there.
My gosh.
He's got baby powder. He keeps the paladin hand strong. Smack.
Yeah.
He's like my turn.
Go
It's not what it
juice.
used to be. Gotta pop this ring open. He's all, yeah, that's good stuff.
All right, guys, I'm gonna
God, speaking to me.
I'm gonna send them on their way, but first let's go ahead and do our shout outs. Let's talk about the man Cobalt when Eli's not smacking fighters with his schmammer. What are you doing? Where can we find you, man? What are you doing?
This week my schedule's all over the place because Lisa's not feeling good, so I'm on streamer and hunter duty. So I'm just trying to fit in streams just whenever, morning time, late at night. But when I am streaming, we're doing Isaac, we're doing Earthbound, and we're playing this other game that's really fun called Vampire Survivors.
I bought that
It's
last
$3. It's a lot of fun. And I do Roll For It on Thursdays at noon. And
We're back.
that's
I'm
about it. I know this is my first week in like 2 months that I've got to play D&D.
You get overload.
Yeah, and tonight did not disappoint. So thanks for having me. And that's
course,
that's
man.
me. That's what I'm doing.
Of course. Next, we've got Ms. Misty Imperial. Tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
So I finished that stupid marathon. It was stupid.
Nice.
But it was stupid. It was so stupid. My God. Like, I literally have woken up almost every morning since, like, oh, am I late? Because it's so, like, I feel like I'm still living in it. But I did come back and I decided I would, return from Florida and stream again. So here I am, just playing games and sewing. And we played, if you haven't played it, by the way, Gartic Phone.
Okay.
It's a chat interactive game. It's basically telephone.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever laughed as hard as I did as when we played that game. You can play up to 30 people. Highly recommend.
All right.
What's it called again?
Gartic Phone. Hold on, I'll put the link in chat.
Gartic.
Yeah.
And it's web-based, so
Yeah.
it's like you can just do it, and you can make it so that Twitch logins require it. It is magical.
I'm gonna put it in our other chat too.
Yeah, I
so
will.
It saves.
Yeah. highly recommend if you want to laugh your ass off.
Wonderful. But you're back now. No media races or anything like that outside of like work and momming.
No, I have another race in 5 weeks.
Okay.
But it's not a full. I only do that once a year.
Nice.
Because there's only so much hate I can have for myself.
Perfect. Okay. Got our man's Wyld here. Tell us about your boss. What are you doing? Where can we find you, Mr. Babyface?
Hey, yeah, so we're playing like a ridiculous amount of Minecraft at the moment. I mean, aside from this new version is ridiculous good. It's basically doubled the game. I can't define it any other way. It's ridiculous.
Damn. Okay.
So, yeah, we're
Man,
playing
maybe
on,
I need to come back to Minecraft.
I cannot recommend it enough. It is redonks.
The problem is, it's like you start playing and then 300 years pass by, and you're like, where have I been?
Have you played
15 minutes and suddenly you missed 2 weeks of work?
Yeah.
Have you played the Disney one yet?
I have.
I have,
yeah.
They have a Disney
in fact, I have to say, whilst I'm very much a Java player because of mods and the like, some of the things coming out in the normal Bedrock version on console and on Win 10 in the marketplace is just phenomenally good. And often is for free. So keep your eyes out if you've got a thing, because it's ridiculously good content.
Oh yeah, totally impressed by it.
Dope. All right, great. I mean, I've always been trying to find reasons to get back into Minecraft, and for some reason, I still have not been able to sync up with you in game. So you said you got a server, right?
Here for you, baby.
You got a server?
I got 3. We'll figure it out.
Yes. Okay. All right. I still need to get more people into GTFO. For some reason, I keep finding...
I'll play more GTFO. That was fun.
My players are a little evasive. It is a lot of fun. If you've never played GTFO, I cannot recommend it enough.
Sick.
It's
like actually challenging FPS
and
mission-based stuff.
every level gets harder. They introduce a new element.
It's like if you had to play Left 4 Dead, but you had to be good at it.
Yeah, really good.
It gets even harder when your game bugs out and you're playing in complete darkness.
When you want to redo your shaders without restarting the game, and you want to be like Maggie and play on fucking hard mode.
Pure black mode.
Lights.
Yeah, pure black where there's no lighting at all.
She's like, hey, what's
I
weird?
feel like I can't see, and Bub's like right in front of me. He's like, how can you not see me?
Like,
I'm right in front of you. I'm like, I don't know, man.
It was so fun to watch.
You know when you're so close to someone's character model in the game that you can see into their head, like the back of their eyeballs and their teeth? That's what I could see.
But I was still killing stuff, even though...
This is how bad it was. Maggie's like screen to ours. I was like, Maggie, turn to your left, and I was like, what do you see? She's like, it's just a black wall. I was like, because there's literally a floodlight shining right here, going down this trail. And I go to her stream, pitch black. I was like, this girl is like playing on the extreme.
so good. It is so good. Cobalt jumped into it with us, and it's a blast. Ello, Misty, Wyld, if you guys get a chance, it is so much fun. It's very hard. It's very hard. It's called GTFO. It's very hard, but it's very fun. It's got a steep learning curve. But man, it's a blast. You get scared like over the weirdest shit.
I almost killed Cobalt twice by accident.
Yep. He almost killed himself by leaping 6 feet.
Yeah, I accidentally hit Rye today too.
Maggie.
That's the kind of accident we're talking about.
Yeah, Maggie, you are up. Tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you these days?
Hey, I'm MargaretKrohn, and you can find me at MargaretKrohn in all of the places because that's where I'm at. I have been streaming more on my channel. Maybe we'll play some more GTFO if we can find a date and time.
I like that.
And I will be on Roll For It this Thursday as well. We're going to be announcing some new stuff soon, so stay tuned. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited.
Ballin'.
And I make video games for a living. If you want to see the game that I'm currently working on, it is called Ashes of Creation, and you can find it everywhere. At Ashes of Creation.
I like it. Ello, when you are not getting hit by the Smite Mac truck in the arm, what are you doing? Where can we find you these days?
I'm playing Tarkov a lot lately.
Little Tarky.
Little Tarky.
Yeah.
Little cheeky breaky. Yeah, I've just been playing a lot of Tarkov. I've been going through the quest solo. It's been a lot of fun. It's very punishing, but it's a rewarding game if you put the time into it. So I stream really early in the morning, like usually like 4 a.m. Eastern time. So if you have insomnia or if you're just up late one night, by all means, come and join us. We have fun sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, we have fun sometimes.
Sometimes it's watching. It's a little stressful.
Not every day can be Christmas. All right.
Yeah. Sometimes we'll be like winding out for bed.
Not when you're playing Tarkov. All right. That's why I say like sometimes it gets a little intense.
There's
all right?
X amount of people left in the lobby, and Elo's like, "This is fucking bullshit. I've only got 6 shots in the shotgun," and you just hear like, and he's just waiting behind a wall. He's like, "I'm gonna fucking go in." And he charges out and immediately gets capped. He's like, "Son of a bitch!" Like watching him go down is hilarious.
That's like exactly what he does.
Yeah, it's great.
Your Tarkov experience.
Yeah, it's
I
really,
try.
really good.
I'm getting better. All right, I am getting better, but it is like it's one of those things like chess grandmasters, right? Like they only win 60% of the time, and they're the best at the game. Like that's Tarkov. Like even if you're the best at Tarkov, you're not winning more than like 60% of the time.
I've seen it, Atlas. I've seen so many people lose all of their babies so quickly. It's great stuff. Yeah, so go watch Elo and laugh. You're gonna laugh. And
babies is our currency.
Yes. Yeah,
that's our currency on our channel. Just so you just like I just met so many babies. I love so many babies.
Xander,
like, we need to clarify that my currency on my channel is babies. I just needed to throw that out there.
Xander, when you're streaming once in a blue moon, what are you streaming?
Last game I was streaming GTFO and Final Fantasy. Finished the main story quest. Fucking made me cry. Yeah, most of the time I'm here. Pretty much where you're gonna find me for the time being. And then Wednesdays, either here if we're doing something with Bubs, or I have to work because people in my store don't know how to wear the fucking mask. So that's right now kind of all over the place. But when I'm around, you'll know about it. You can follow me on Twitter, and I'll just tell you that I'm going live as well as Instagram.
It's sick.
Same place. Yeah.
Right on. And that kind of leaves me. You already know what I do.
Final Fantasy 14.
You've been here.
Bub.
You've seen what we do here. I'm trying to get more games going. I actually just got some new books. I'll show you like I showed the other people. This is actually sponsored by one of my viewers who's here right now, Shadowkin, who found us courtesy of YouTube and came on over and then brought love. This is the Deadlands, the Weird West. This is Supernatural Cowboys.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. So think Deadwood, but add in vampires and werewolves, dragons, shit like that. I was telling people last night that there's a whole sect of cowboys. Have you seen Reign of Fire with Christian Bale?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a
callback.
Trip back.
So
yeah, a little bit.
Matthew McConaughey's group, right? The Dragon Hunters. Imagine instead of like Mad Maxian vehicles and military copters that they're quite literally carriages that have giant like bow spears on them, and they're called skyfishers. They hunt dragons to pull them out of the sky for the resources on their body.
Oh yes.
It's gnarly, but yeah.
Everyone does that.
Oh yeah, sure. Of course, everyone does it. Yeah, no, it's totally
normal.
It's awesome. I'm very excited. I've got a lot of stories to tell, but you guys won't know that unless you're here regularly to watch me fail in Binding of Isaac and telling stories and mostly being the butt of the jokes and things like that. So thank you guys for hanging out tonight. I appreciate you. You're scholars and
I
gentle
was
people.
thinking of Savage Worlds. I'm like, I've played another game that's kind of like that. It's like
that's their rule set.
It's Savage World?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here it is. This is.
Oh yeah,
I
played Savage World. It's really, really fun.
Yeah, there's
it's
the
like
book for it. It's their adjusted piece. So yeah, these just came out. So lots of cool stuff on its way, and I mean, just tune in, hit the follow button, sub on Patreon, keep the stream alive, keep the dream alive, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but doing something.
Soy sauce goes great on soft serve, guys. Try it out.
GTFO.
Yeah, take it easy.
Xander.
God damn you, Xander.